Hey,
We're back.
season 2 in the
Oh,
books. Opening kickoff, week 1. What's going on, everyone?
man,
Mm,
man, it has been too long waiting for this Green Bay Packer football to finally return. So much drama in the off season, but we're
we can
here.
we can forget all about it now because now it's just time for football.
It's all about 2021. Crosby kicked off and it was a touchback. So let's see, we're up the first play of scrimmage here.
Here we go. All
Handoff,
right,
Kamara tackled at the line of scrimmage. Nice gang tackling.
all right. Well, look at this. Kickoff just started on my end, so we're gonna
Oh,
be
all
about
right,
30 seconds behind, just like last year. Already
all right.
starting with this stuff.
Guess I'll have
Oh my
to
god.
try to contain myself for the big plays.
Yeah, I literally just saw the kick, the touchback. So
It is interesting right now on second down. Winston's the quarterback, but they do have Hill out there lined up at tight end.
let's see if all right.
Have you seen the completion of this play yet?
I'm on 1st and 10 right now.
You're still on 1st and 10.
They haven't even ran 1st and 10 yet. I think I'm gonna log out and log back in, see if
All
it
right,
can't get
well,
up to date. So
I'll tell you, it was about a 20-yard completion, huge hole in the zone.
to
They're at the
who
40. Number 1, I don't know who that is.
with the numbers this year, it's gonna be so difficult to figure it out.
Oh, Jesus. All right. And then we just lost contain on the edge and Winston scrambled for about 10 or 12.
Already. All
They're
right.
at the 50 already. New defense having some growing pains here.
Great start already.
Now I do know pretty much all week we've been thinking Darius Smith would be out of this game with his back issues, and this morning they did say he's going to be suiting up and playing. Trying to take a look to see if he's out there right now. It's hard to see.
So yeah, there's only 5 players that were inactive for this game. What we have Shamar Jean Charles, the cornerback, Vernon Scott, the safety, Isaiah McDuffie, our inside linebacker, Jake Hansen, the center, and the undrafted defensive lineman Jack Heflin.
Yeah, I mean we managed to stay pretty healthy in the preseason. So that's definitely good.
All
It
right.
does not. I don't see Zedarius out there though. So
No, he might be in for like emergencies only, maybe. They're
yeah,
like,
either that or maybe they're only gonna bring him on like third and long. Oh
mhm.
my God, Jesus!
I'm at 13 minutes 20 seconds.
I'm a full minute ahead of you.
All right.
And I'll just tell you right now, our edge, we were getting some good pressure,
Mm-hmm.
zero pressure up the middle. Winston takes off with a massive hole, gains
Oh
another
man,
15 on the ground.
Winston not known for his scrambling ability either.
No, no, not at all. So I don't know if this is a result of our coverage blanketing their bad receivers, or if we're just really bad at containing the QB. I mean, historically we are, but
Did they did
not
he
as
do that on a 2nd and 5?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay, so I'm about 1 play behind then. All right.
Yeah, dude, so far they're marching right down the field. And it's primarily
Oh,
been
yeah, Kenny almost had him too on that, but yeah, wide open in the middle for
yeah,
him.
I mean it's primarily been Winston being the playmaker here.
Mm-hmm.
When they've run with Kamara, we bottled them up pretty well.
Yeah.
And you got to think that's the game plan is force anybody but Kamara to beat you. Right now Winston's stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, he looked like he showed some vast improvement in the preseason. Looks like it's kind of carrying over to week 1. Gotta wonder if it was just him practicing or playing against like second string guys, third string guys, but seems to be managing the game well. I mean,
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean
get much easier than that hole he had to run up through though. So
people forget he was a number 1 overall draft pick. He's one of like only 8 quarterbacks in history to have a 5,000-yard season. Um, his whole rap is turnovers.
Yeah, people bash on him for the interceptions. He fixes that part of his game. He's up there in the upper echelon. You know how many like take away the picks? How many quarterbacks have thrown for over 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns in a season?
All right. So, what's your clock at right now on that one?
12 minutes. 1st and 10. Jameis is selling the crowd down. Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of that. Hand it off to Kamara. He gets about 4 or 5 yards. Are you one play ahead of that?
I'm about to start third down here. So I'll tell you, Winston tried to take off again, and it looked like he was going to go. Kenny Clark got a piece of him, and Winston made a dangerous throw. It just kind of fell to the ground, but that tells me he's still got that gunslinger in him. So if we can get
For
pressure,
sure.
we've got opportunities.
For sure. I'm gonna
Oh, this fool on third down just tried to challenge Jair Alexander, and it was not even close. There was zero chance. So fourth down.
field goal or punt.
They're definitely field goal range here.
Who's our kickers? It's so Will Lutz.
I think Will Lutz is on IR actually. It looks like Aldrich Rosas.
Okay, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he sent it right down the middle. 3 points for the Saints.
Man, I can't believe they put the Broncos and the Giants game on the Fox game of the week over Packers Saints. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly expected that out here because in Utah you get a lot of Broncos fans. Thankfully, like it was scheduled to that, and then they changed it last minute. I'm surprised that's the case in Western New York. Like, people are Bills fans; they don't care about the Giants.
Right.
Dude, I'm surprised Buffalo. Like, I thought that'd be a really tough game against Pittsburgh, but I still expected them to win, and they opened the season with a loss.
Mm-hmm. It was a pretty good game, and I kind of lost track of it once this Packer game started, but Lions were marching back heavy on the 49ers.
The Lions were getting blown out, and then I like checked the score right before the game, and they were like within one score.
The Vikings and the Bengals are still in overtime with less than 2 minutes to go right now.
Dude, that would be
So,
huge if the Bengals can beat the Vikings. I will take every divisional loss. I'll gladly take that, especially for the Vikings.
for sure. I kind of stopped watching it here with obviously with the Packer game on now, but let's see. All
Oh,
right, get our
offense.
first look at Rodgers.
Yeah, offense taking the field. And he looks like he's yelling at MVS before they've even started a play. I don't know what the hell that was about. All right, well, let's see if this starting offense that didn't take a single snap all preseason, let's see if there's any rust. Oh. Aaron Jones almost hits the edge, but Jenkins couldn't quite hold his man. Jones tackled in the backfield. I don't know if I like that, man. Starting with a run when with their secondary as banged up as it is. I think I'd
Right.
be passing to set up the run. Now we're in a let's see, it's a 2nd and 11. Send Agura in motion. Oh, Devontae gets his first catch of the year, maybe 3 yards.
All right, solid.
I mean, we're in a 3rd and long right away. This could potentially be a 3 and out after letting them march down the field. Not a good start.
Yeah, not a great way to start season. Man, 2 rookies on this line. They're gonna be tested pretty good today. Did you see that Royce Newman was graded as basically the best guard in the preseason over the 4 weeks?
I did. Yeah, I saw that.
I think it was the entire league and not just rookies too.
Oh, all right. There you go, Rogers. Freaking ah, dude. Rogers was so late in making his read. Like Jones was streaking across the middle, wide open. Could
You
have
got
had 20 yards if Rogers saw it in time. He eventually did find Jones, but it was super late. So Jones had to readjust. And I think we come up 1 yard short of the first down.
you gotta wonder if this is the preseason rust, not playing in the preseason. Any of these starters starting to show a little bit here early in the first.
Oh, hey, we're keeping the offense out there, 4th and 1.
Gotta
And
wonder if
like
they're just trying to get the jump
33.
though.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man, with this
Play clock.
line.
All right. Yep. Timeout.
Yeah, with
All
this
right.
brand new line, I'm not sure if I really want to run that play.
All right. Confusion on the offense. Burn a timeout. Um, this is why I hate when LaFleur doesn't play any starters at all in the preseason. It matters, man.
At least a
I know there's
series or two.
a risk for injury, but there's a risk for injury on any play of the year. There's a risk for injury in practice. That's where Bakhtiari got injured. Like, you're talking about 4 out of 5 guys on the offensive line playing in a new position or being rookies. And Rodgers skipped all offseason workouts and no work with his receivers. Like, give them a series, a quarter, something. We're keeping the offense out there. 4th and 1.
Holy cow!
We burned a timeout for this shit, and we're keeping the offense out there, and we're at like our 33 or something.
Okay, I just saw the time. I just saw the timeout on my end. So, are you on cable or a website?
Cable.
Oh, okay, that's why you're so far ahead. I was like, yeah, cable's always so much far ahead.
Yeah.
Man, so right after this, we go right into a Monday nighter with the Lions, who are probably gonna feeling pretty confident about that March on that little mini comeback they had in the second half against really good defense.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Have you seen this 4th down play yet?
Rodgers is talking to his boys in the huddle on 4th and 1 right now. I'm so far behind. I feel like it's getting worse instead of better too.
Can you restart it? See if it gets better.
I've restarted it 4 times.
Damn.
I've even logged out.
We converted. I'll spoil it for you. Little out route to MVS.
Wow, I'm surprised he trusted MVS to pick that one up. But
yeah, no, actually, I had that same thought that that for him to go to MVS on a short 4th down, in a high pressure situation, that tells me maybe MVS has been making more catches and is gaining more trust.
Usually if it's not Devontae in that, he's looking Lazard's way. Lazard's usually a really good, reliable guy he throws to. I can tell by that head shake where I'm not gonna like this first down play. Probably a handoff to Jones that goes next to nothing, I would guess.
It was actually a play action to Big Bob in the flat, and Big Bob did a very, very rare thing, drop the ball.
Supposedly he didn't drop a single pass all training camp. He was just about as sure-handed gets.
Oh, he just dropped one and he got lit up afterward.
Not a great time for that.
Now we're at 3rd and 8, empty backfield. We've been doing a lot of empty backfield so far, although Rodgers motions Jones in. Let's see. Rodgers buying time. Couldn't find anyone open, had to throw it away, threw it out of the sack. He had scrambled out of the pocket. I thought the offensive line gave him pretty good time, but he did ultimately have to sidestep outside the pocket. I guess just none of our receivers got open.
Not the start you want.
Well, yeah, that's especially going for it on 4th down on your own side of the field, and then you can't even continue the drive. I guess we get to see our new punter for the first time.
Oh, man, what a leg. He's got a pair of thoroughbreds attached to his lower half there. Looking like a centaur out there. And some of these pictures I was seeing. Yeah, I just saw that 3rd down play. Shame.
The 3rd down play.
Yeah, I'm on 3rd and 8. I just on throw away. Is this getting worse? What the? Man, we
Yeah.
restart it yet again.
What's the new punter's name? Bajorquez?
Bajorquez.
Bajorquez? He had a pretty nice punt, but it bounced back toward us about 10 yards, and there was just no awareness from our special teamers to stop it early. So Saints are starting at about their 24. Defense doing a nice job of bottling up Kamara, though. I'm seeing Devondre Campbell. I've seen him on nearly every tackle so far.
Yeah, they kept him out for a reason. He is our clear-cut #1 inside linebacker this year. I switched it real quick. The Bengals are attempting a 33-yard attempt with 5 seconds left in overtime for the win. So,
oh yeah,
you give me any updates on this Packer game quick. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on this Bengals game real quick. Mike Zimmer just takes a timeout to try to ice the kicker, and he's hot about something. But some more surprises around the league, though. Dolphins are up on the Patriots 7-0 right now, and the Browns are up 8-0 on the Chiefs. They went for a 2-point conversion right off the bat. They gotta be figuring they're just gonna need all the points they can get, and they're just going all out.
I love that, dude. That is a baller attitude.
Yeah, they want 2-point conversion right off the bat on their first drive. So, all right, kick this field goal so I can go back to the game. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Saints have 3 runs in a row, and they just converted a 3rd and 1. They took Taysom Hill up the gut for it.
Our friends to the west are 0-1.
Very good. Very good. Speaking of around the league, things that surprised me was the Texans dismantling Jacksonville.
Whew, man, for a team that's supposed to beat, I mean, I know Jacksonville's not contending for anything this year either, but I didn't expect a whooping like that.
Yeah, man, the Texans, I guess maybe they're getting sick of everyone saying they're trash.
Right.
Then other surprise is Eagles decimated the Falcons. Didn't see that coming. Steelers edged out the Bills. Definitely some surprises this week.
Yeah, I think you're going to kind of get that in week 1. Teams still trying to find their groove and whatnot. Let's see. So I'm at a 1st and 10. I hope this isn't the 1st and 10 for the whole freaking drive.
Probably is.
5-17.
I'm at 4:30.
Okay, so he just threw a screen pass to Kamara in the flat. So maybe it's a little bit better. I'm just gonna have to keep refreshing. Man,
yeah, I mean,
what a
right now this is kind of a grinder drive. They're doing a lot of runs, short passes, kind of challenging our tackling right now.
Yeah, you gotta assume the game plan for going into this is try to just ground and pound and keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands in this offense.
All right. Well, just had a deep, probably 15 to 18 yard out on Kevin King, who was, I would say, a solid 7 yards away.
He needs to have a bounce back year in the worst way. He can't be.
Yeah, dude. If he doesn't pick it up, Eric Stokes is going to be taking his place real soon.
Sooner rather than later.
It doesn't matter how good Jair Alexander is if they just throw toward Kevin King every time and he can't do anything. Yeah, I mean, they're already past midfield. They're approaching field goal range here. Getting 0 pass rush. Like, Winston, he might have just had 15 seconds. He had to throw the ball away. I guess our coverage was good, but he literally might have had 15 seconds of standing like a statue.
Hmm.
Like that is
Yeah,
ridiculous. Come on, Sean Gary.
we've had no pass rush on him at all. And even without Z out there, we should still be able to generate some pass rush. We're deeper than Z at pass rush. Preston needs to step up. He's supposedly in better shape this year. I haven't seen him
Kenny
do
Clark
anything.
needs to step up, man. Like he's
I
highest paid nose tackle in the game. Why don't you prove it?
Kingsley Kiki said that he's in better shape this year. He hasn't done anything. I'm not expecting much out of Lowry, but
Dude, we're playing a lot of off coverage. So far, this
oh
looks pretty
yeah.
similar to the Pettin defense, not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure I just saw Kingsley Kiki on the play that I saw. It was a 1st and 10 play. He just lollygagged. Play was still going, and he just kind of started like walking in a slow jog while Jameis still has the ball in his hand. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, is that the play I was talking about where
Wait,
Winston probably had 15 seconds and then had to throw it away?
yeah, that one. It's yeah, it was 96. That's Kiki, I believe, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he literally just gave up on the play mid-play because he got pushed back a little bit.
Are you fucking kidding me, man? Jesus. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, and we finally get some pressure. Gary comes off the edge and immediately forces Winston to break the pocket. Winston just scrambles again, picks up the 1st down.
Man, not what I would have expected us to be struggling with here in the first quarter is Jameis Winston scrambling for 1st downs.
See, dude, this is where you need an enforcer. Like, if you got a guy who's not known for running and he's out there gobbling up yards, you got to get someone to go light
I
him
will
up.
I will also say this is where I feel the NFL has lost some of its um clout, I would say. Like you can no longer hit quarterbacks like regular players. Like you need an enforcer, like you said, to just kind of just pop that quarterback, let him know that if he tries scrambling the rest of the game, he's getting popped hard.
Dude, Winston is almost looking to run at this point.
Yeah, I just saw it. I mean, it was a decent hit by was that Stokes on the play? No, that was Amos. Almost looks like Winston blowed that shoulder and got into Amos pretty good.
That's how I saw it.
Oh man,
Dude,
not to
I mean,
start.
this defense is not playing with energy right now.
No, they look slow out of the gate. It looks like a preseason, like they're still going through the preseason motions right now. Kamara is picking up. Well, that wasn't Kamara on that one. That was Tony Jones Jr. there. But yeah, James Winston 3 of 6, 34 yards. I almost want to say he probably has more rushing yards than he does passing yards at this point.
I don't know. He's had a couple big
I
passes.
just saw the most disgusting stat though. Saints already have over 100 yards total offense compared to our like 13. This time of possession also was pathetic. The Saints just dominated this entire first quarter.
All right. Do they pick up the 1st down here? That could have. All right. So Winston dumps off to Kamara. It probably could have been a touchdown if it was a good pass. It was a bad pass that Kamara had to leap in the air for, and he ends up extending. I'm not sure if he gets the 1st down or not. It's right. It's gonna be right there. They might just go for it. Oh no, they got it. 1st down.
Yeah, 1st down.
And this is gonna be the end of the 1st.
Yeah, this just seems like one of them slow burns until they get into the end zone type drives that we've seen at times before with last year. It looks just like Patton's defense so far already. I mean, I expected growing pains the first few weeks with the new system and stuff, but it's still tough to watch.
Dude, I mean, when I think of growing pains, I think of like blown coverage, stuff like that, or like a missed gap assignment. What I'm seeing right now is just the total lack of energy, poor tackling, and just zero pass rush. Uh, I have no doubt the Saints are going to score a touchdown here, and we're going to be down 2 scores.
Tough to watch. Tough to watch so far, Green Bay fans. 8 1st downs to 1 for Green Bay.
I mean, this offense better get clicking.
Yeah, they're
You want to
you're,
be the number one offense in the league. You want to be the MVP. Well, it's time to put the game on your shoulders because the defense ain't going to do it.
oh man. Not the
Dude,
start not the start to the season I wanted for us. We were in such high spirits this time last year watching that Vikings game where Rodgers was just humming it all over the dome, just throwing up bombs to MVS to Adams, and we're basically going 3-and-out so far this year.
well, I mean that's the thing. We've barely seen the offense. I
Hmm.
think they got one first down, haven't had a chance to establish a rhythm. Um, so that was nearly an entire quarter time of possession toward the Saints. And my concern is if they keep that up, uh, forget tackling Alvin Kamara in the fourth, man. The
Right.
defense can be gassed. So the offense, they need to take over this second quarter.
Yes, they do.
Well, should we just finished the first quarter, so it's our prediction. It's our tradition to do our bold predictions at this point, right?
Yeah, yeah. We usually, it's gotten so bad we waited till halftime at times to do it last year. Yeah, we better do it now before we forget, and halftime's here before we know it. Yeah, start us off with a bold prediction, I suppose.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna say Darnell Savage gets an interception.
Okay. Um, AJ Dillon gets our first touchdown.
Okay. Um, uh, I'll say we get at least one sack from a blitz.
Okay. Um, the two rookies don't give up a sack on Rodgers.
All right, I'm gonna go with a negative one here. Based on how this game has gone so far, I think Jameis Winston finishes with over 75 yards rushing.
Hmm. They got Taysom Hill in here on 2nd and 1 after this play. You probably have already seen this one, but yeah, yeah, okay. Um, let's see. This defense gives up over 30 points in this game,
Yeah, that's a tough one to hear.
which means that like we gotta get. If we're gonna win this. We gotta start scoring some points on like every drive. Basically, it just has that feel to it. It has that feel that they're gonna Sean Payton in this offense, even without Michael Thomas out there, is just gonna be able to just have their way with us all game.
Speaking of that, Kamara just scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I just saw the handoff and I was like, yeah, it looked like he was going in. Yeah.
So what am I up to here? Number 4. I'm gonna say, I think Mr. Rogers he's feeling the heat right now, and he's gonna go to his trusted man. I
Hmm.
say Devontae Adams finishes this game with at least 8 catches and over 100 yards.
I'm gonna say that Josiah DeGora makes one big play in this game, whether it's a block for a big run or just some type of catch down low or catch deep for a big chunk of yards. You're gonna see why Green Bay took him with the 3rd round pick last year.
All right. My final bold prediction. I think AJ Dillon makes a big play in the fourth quarter.
Okay. My 5th and final one is with the ball in his hands on the last drive of the game, Aaron Rodgers marches it down the field for a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. So far in that first quarter, I don't think I saw Za'Darius out there once.
No.
So I am wondering if he is just active as an emergency player, which would mean that we're going Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, and then Jonathan Garvin as our third.
Yeah, I've seen Garvin out there quite a bit already.
Like I said earlier, I've seen Devondre Campbell in on a lot of tackles. I like seeing that. It'd be nice to see him make a coverage play. I haven't really seen anything good or bad from him there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin King,
No.
he's picking up right where he left off in the championship game. He just does not look like he belongs out there. And I mean, I'm not like as big a Kevin King hater as some people are.
No, I think he's serviceable, but he's a liability at times.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I just wonder if he's lost his confidence at this point.
Also, like, I was looking at some more Kevin King stuff because I figured we would be talking about him a little bit in this game. Last year, he didn't have a single interception, and for Jair to shut down teams, the number one receivers basically shut down an entire side of the field the way he did last year, and basically have quarterbacks just look Kevin King's way all the time. For him not to get one interception all year is just ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
I know they come in bunches, but not a single one. I do stand corrected, by the way. It wasn't Garvin that I've been seeing out there play. Chauncey Rivers has been one of the edge rushers. He's number 47 for us. I'm seeing Chauncey Rivers out there basically playing the snaps that Z usually plays. Like he's been on the edge almost every time out there, at least when I've been paying attention to the line, to the box. So Chauncey Rivers getting some legitimate playing time from week 1. Surprising.
So 1st and 10 here, and we line up with a split back set, go with a traditional power run on the right side. AJ Dillon picks up 6 yards for us, and he looked good doing it.
Good. He looked pretty good in the preseason. He's basically the only player who got meaningful snaps in the preseason out of all the contributors, I would say. Played in almost, I think, every single one of our preseason games.
All right, there we go. They hand it off to Dillon again. Another 6 yards, 1st down.
All right.
I do think it's interesting that it seems like maybe they're alternating series for the backs rather than getting them both on the field at the same time or situationally.
Well, that's what they did do with Jones and Williams a lot last year. So
I don't know if I love that approach though. Like I kind of think certain situations call for certain.
Yeah.
I really like seeing them both out there at the same time.
They do it early, and then they see who gets a hot hand for the second half type thing. All right, I see DeGore out there, so I'm on that 2nd down play that you saw, but he sends him in motion.
Fuck, man.
Not gonna like that.
Yeah, no, Rodgers just got demolished. Sack for probably a 10-yard loss.
Up the middle.
It was a play action, and it came off the edge. I'm not sure if it was Jenkins or Patrick who gave it up. Nope, just completely unblocked. Completely unblocked.
Did you happen to see what our friend Jamal Williams did in his debut for Detroit today?
I did not actually.
Played very well, really well with him. He had 9 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. Led all running backs with 54 yards. Swift only had 39, and he had 8 catches for 56 yards on 11 targets.
Dude, I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. He's a good player. It was just we just didn't have the money to keep him around with Dillon on the roster. Being a cheaper alternative.
As for that sack on Rodgers should have just thrown that fucking ball away. I mean, what sucks is he saw him coming down too. Like Ugh,
I think Rogers was thinking he was more athletic than he is there. I think he wanted to give
man.
him the juke and
Yeah,
move him.
he thinks he's a better athlete than what he actually is at this point in his career. He's becoming a basically a pocket passer.
All right, so we just had a 3rd and 14 where Rogers throws the ball incomplete, but MVS ended up on the ground. I want to see if this is pass interference.
They throw a flag. I'm about to
No.
watch the third down play. So another
Uh,
three and or basically one first down, and then we go a 3-and-out for
yeah.
the second straight fucking drive again.
Yeah, it looks like MBS lost his footing and just slipped on an out route that he probably would have been a first down had he not slipped. Instead, we're punting 2 times in a row and our defense can't stop shit.
And
Down 10 points.
I do see that Marshawn Lattimore is playing in this game.
Okay, so Bajorka has just shanked one.
Oh, nice.
Luckily, it had a decent bounce. Oh man,
I
nothing
I
going well so far.
I feel like once punters put on that green and gold, they just automatically suck. Like
It, it makes me wonder what the hell our special teams coaches are doing.
we've never, like, as far as I've been walking this earth, we've never really had a elite punter. We've had elite punters on our team who have gone on to become elite punters, but they were not elite. Like Craig Hendrick comes to mind. He was okay, but then went on to like another team and just killed it.
Or even like someone like John Ryan.
John Ryan was another one
He
for
went to
Seattle
Seattle and had a
and
pretty good.
killed it. Pro Bowl punter at that point. Didn't do it for us.
I mean, thank God for Mason Crosby. Otherwise, our special teams would be hands down the worst unit in the league every year.
Now we've always, so it's kind of like double-edged sword. We've had crappy punters, but we've always had pretty good kickers as far as I've been walking here. I thought before that it was Ryan Longwell, who was amazingly good for us and consistent. And then before Ryan Longwell, I believe it was Chris Jackie, who was also a very good kicker. Before that, I really couldn't tell you who our kickers was. I was just a glimmer in my father's eye. So
Uh, yeah, man. Wouldn't that be something if we actually got something out of the special teams this year? You know,
yeah.
maybe if we could actually get a punt out of these guys, we could see if Amari Rogers has anything back there as a returner.
Also, I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to the practice squad stuff we've been doing. Not only did we sign kicker JJ Molson to our practice squad, but he's been one of the 3 people that we protected on our practice squad. Surprising that we're protecting a kicker on our practice squad. Got him. It has to make you wonder, like, what what do they know that we don't know is going
Yeah,
on?
I mean, I know last year a decent number of teams carried kickers on the practice squad just because of
Protected them?
well, so that's the thing here. Given this extra protection and from all accounts, everything I heard was Molson performed extremely well in training camp. It wouldn't surprise me if this is Crosby's last year.
Well, yeah, I think he is. This is his last year of his contract. We're coming into salary cap hell here. Um, I mean, Crosby's not getting any younger. He'll be coming up on, I think, 38 or 39. Still one of the most reliable kickers in the game. But if you're grooming a kicker right now, who you can have on the cheap, I guess any dollar counts when you're coming into the salary cap hell that we're coming into next year. Did you see that we did convert a portion of Chandon Sullivan's salary into a sign bonus? I think we have around $8 million in cap now.
Yep, yeah, I did see that, and that makes me wonder if they might be trying to sign a veteran after week 1, because if you sign after week 1, their salary is not fully guaranteed for the year. So maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
I mean, Jesus, after this game, it looks like we need to get some pass rush help if there's anybody out there who can do it.
Yeah, so I just saw the screen pass to Troutman now. I'm probably about 2 plays behind, I'm guessing.
Nope, that was the last play, I think.
Okay, they're showing Jameson in Tampa right now. right now. This is what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Jameis Winston's an amazing quarterback, but really the only knock on his game that I thought is just the turnovers. But Sean Payton's been a quarterback guru, so he fixes that.
Yeah, and I mean, not to mention the Saints, without a doubt, have one of the best offensive lines in the league. So,
Im-
that's got to help with turnovers.
Imagine that. So Jameis Winston basically gets cut in favor of Tom Brady, deservedly so. And then just becomes like a cast off. New Orleans signs him on the cheap as like a reclamation project, basically. And if Sean Payton can completely turn his career around, man, what a steal! What a get for them to become basically find your franchise quarterback in the dumpster heap.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm surprised more teams don't try to take a chance on those guys who've shown promise but have some warts, and like, hey, like bring them in, keep them on the bench, see if
Mhm.
your coaching system can change him over a year or two. Like, what's the risk there? Why not do that?
Yeah, especially when you can pretty much sign him for the for the vet minimum. I mean, Buffalo's kind of doing the same thing with Mitchell Trubisky now.
Mm.
And then the hope is that even if they don't become your franchise quarterback, if they sign elsewhere, that's comp picks for you. So you got to imagine that's probably what Buffalo's thinking there is Josh Allen's not going anywhere. Um, so I'm seeing Tony Jones Jr. getting some solid carries here
Yeah, yeah.
in
So
this
the
game.
the play I just saw, it's actually the very first play I've seen Za'Darius out there, and he just does not contain the edge at all. Kamara breaks around, first down.
You gotta wonder if it's even smart to even have Gary out there or Z out there if he's having any type of back issue because that pushing and the leverage that you need to get to be an effective pass rusher, a lot of that strength comes from your back. So
Yeah, honestly, I'm
yeah,
very surprised that they decided to suit him up,
yeah.
because yeah, back issues, that can be very problematic, and recur. All right, so Joe Barry getting fired up on the sidelines. He walked out onto the field, and an assistant had to pull him back.
Do you think he was probably getting a little hot about a hold probably on the offensive line or
Maybe, maybe I don't know. Maybe he's just sick of seeing this dog shit effort from his defense.
you better lay into him at halftime here.
I mean, we might be down 17 points by halftime.
If you would have told me that going into halftime, Green Bay would be held scoreless, I'd be like, no fucking way. Especially against the Saints. I
They're
wouldn't
literally
believe
all right.
it.
So they do have Marshawn Lattimore, but he's banged up. He's not 100%. And then across from him, they're starting the fourth guy on their depth chart because they're so injured at corner right now, and we have 0 points. Are you kidding me?
There,
Like, thankfully, the Saints just committed a false start. Maybe they'll shoot themselves in the foot and stall this drive.
this
Set.
defense, I mean, no, give credit for the game plan. Nothing deep. They're not going taking deep shots. They just want to drain this clock, keep the defense out there, drain the clock, and it's working. Um, there's no big chunk plays. It's just slow 3, 4, 5 yards every single play. There's almost no negative plays. I think that false start's the first negative play I've seen for the Saints.
Yeah, yeah. And then they just run Kamara. Thankfully, Kenny Clark got a piece of him. It was like a draw. He probably could have got a lot of yards. Kenny Clark gets a piece, and then Chris Barnes came in with a nice hit. So they're looking at a 3rd and 13 here at about midfield. We gotta stop them.
Absolutely.
Holy shit! They go with a handoff. They must know they're gonna go for it on 4th. They hand it off to Kamara. He probably picks up 7 yards, but
All right, I just saw the handoff where he got no gain. So the next one he gets another handoff for about 7.
yeah. So they're
Where's the
looking at
ball
a
right
fourth.
now?
They're looking at a 4th and 7, and they're probably at about R45. It
That's
doesn't
that's
look
that's
like
a
they're keeping the offense out there.
yeah, that's about the range where you just it doesn't make much sense to get the punt team out unless it's late in the game.
I
Yeah,
mean, the second quarter, we got 5 minutes left in the second, so they probably just want to. If they can get this and run it to halftime, well, this game could
that's
be fast. We call a timeout.
good. Call. We got to get the ball back. We have to get the ball back. You cannot give up another first down. You get a first down, they're gonna drain this clock down to just about next nothing. They'll be happy with even a field goal,
Absolutely. Yeah.
even if it means that we don't get the ball back with enough time for Rodgers to um have a drive. I feel like
It-
we've. I feel like the offense has been out there for like 5 minutes tops.
Not even, I don't think, man. But if we can stop them here, I'm quite certain this will be the best field position we've had all day. Our offense hasn't gotten this far.
And then you got capitalized.
Yeah.
All right, so I just saw the timeout.
Man, this is a pretty big play for for first half of the first game of the season, but
Hmm.
like, geez, I hate that. Like, I know last year we started pretty fast, but historically Green Bay has always had slow, you know, lackadaisical starts to the season, and I think so
That
much
was
of that has to do with not prioritizing the preseason.
yeah. I mean, week one's always kind of been like our preseason game type thing where, hey, hopefully second half get that preseason rust gets knocked off. Like they're just not executing their plays on offense. Again, they're just not executing. I feel like there's a lack of energy there too on offense. We just
Yeah, I
seem
mean,
sluggish,
frankly, I'm
lethargic.
I'm I'm very surprised given how thin the Saints are in the secondary right now.
Hmm.
Even when Rodgers is getting time, I think the offensive line's been holding up decent, all things
Hmm.
considered. It seems like Rodgers just isn't finding open players, and it's like, come on, you got Devontae Adams, MVS, Allen Lazard,
Hmm.
Big Bob Tanyan, Aaron Jones. How are none of these guys getting open? And it seems like all of our most positive plays have been like crossers from the running back that are like Rodgers' third or fourth read.
Yeah. Uh,
All right, we're back. 4th and 7. 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second.
I do got some surprising scores from around the league after this playoffs. Tell you,
Come on, come on.
give me something good. I'm living vicariously through you right now.
Nothing good, my man.
First down.
First down.
Oh my god, our defense sucks. What? Oh my god, what I wouldn't do to have a good defense. How does Tom Brady get a good defense every fucking year of his career, and Rodgers can't get one? I mean, last year we were like ninth or whatever,
Yeah,
but
the one good defense Rodgers ever had, we won a Super Bowl.
yeah, and that was with guys who fucking tried because half the team was on IR. We were
Yeah,
we
dude.
were we were running Frank Zombo out there in the Super Bowl. Frank
Yeah,
fucking Zombo.
yeah, dude. The
Who's he hit?
Saints,
Oh,
Saints
just
are gonna
Jared Cook? No, that's not Cook. He doesn't play for me anymore.
Saints are just gonna grind this down. They're gonna drain every second of clock they can because, like, if they don't have to force Winston to fire deep, why would they? Just
The
short
game
pass,
the
let it
game
run.
plan's genius on Sean Payton, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist. I like if I was a head coach, I would be attacking Green Bay the same way because I would know historically Green Bay fucking sucks at tackling. They can't
Uh,
tackle, play out in open space, get the ball into like your playmaker's hands out in the flats, and just watch Green Bay miss tackles. And that's kind of what I'm seeing so far.
Dude, Kamara just breaks like a 15-yard run. The left side of our line can't contain the edge for shit.
I just saw the 5 or 6 yard run, so right after this in the second down, bust it.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna say like my number one key to this game if we're gonna win is you have to make the Saints one dimensional, which means basically take away the run, shut shut Kamara down, make him one-dimensional, make Jameis have to pass this ball. But right now they're just having their way. Like, yeah, Kamara finds the crease. They're gonna score a touchdown. We're gonna be down 17-0 at halftime. And I was gonna say before this game that with how difficult our schedule is after our last podcast, the Saints are a good team, playoff team last year. They really only lost Drew Brees, and if Winston can, open up playbook more, they could be even more dangerous than they were last year. But the Saints are a team in week one that we have to win this game, I feel. Like
Yeah.
it's one of them, like there's way better teams I feel like we're gonna play this year than the Saints. This is a game that if you have Super Bowl aspirations, you gotta win. I don't care if it's week 1 or week 17.
Dude, they're without their best player right now. I think Michael Thomas is their best player, and he's not in the lineup. And you could have fooled me, man. It's not making a difference. Their offensive line is
This is
dominating our defensive line so hard it doesn't matter.
well, I mean,
Kenny Clark already looks gassed.
I will say this. I will give credit to the Saints. The Saints do have a good offensive line, but I mean, there is zero pressure on Jameis. He's just having his way.
Yeah, literally the only pressure that's been remotely close has been Rashawn Gary coming off the edge. But every time that's happened, I feel like the Saints have actually exploited it, either with Winston taking off running or setting up screens. So they're kind of letting Gary be over aggressive there.
Mhm.
But other than that, like nobody's getting close.
Guys, I just saw Z right before this 2-minute warning walk around. He's walking a little gingerly, it looked like. Man, get him out. Get him out of the game. If he's even struggling, it's a long season, man. They even add an extra game to the season this year. Get him out of there if he's even hurting a little.
Well, we got him in the 3rd and goal situation.
So I didn't look into it too much. You think Z's really pretty butthurt about not being named a captain?
I don't know, man. I heard that. I read a rumor about that, but I mean, my understanding is that the captains aren't like selected by the coaches. I think they're
Oh, the
voted
players
by the
pick.
players.
The players pick like 7 guys or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, if Z didn't get the votes, then that must mean people see other people as more important leaders. I think Adrian Amos and Jair Alexander were both.
And Jair was not a captain last year, so.
And Jair, if anyone deserves it, he does, man. He's the one guy on this defense who brings fire.
Right. Right.
But yeah, man, listen, Za'Darius was he didn't even practice. Literally, like the entire training camp, he had like one practice because of the back issues. If you're not there with the guys, I don't know how you expect to lead the guys.
Right. So around the league right now, the one that's surprising is the Browns are up 15-3 on the Chiefs right now. I mean,
Browns are a really good football team, man.
Yeah, you know what? And I even think that I would not be surprised if Cleveland if this isn't like a week 1 statement game for Cleveland. They come in, they knock off the defending AFC champs and say kind of just like, hey, we're the top dogs now in the AFC.
Did you see that little
I'm still on
infographic about yards and time?
I'm still on commercial. I'm on a Pizza Hut commercial right now.
All right, well, I'm about to run 3rd and goal here, so we'll see what happens.
You think they go for it on 4th down if we stop them? Or they just kick the field goal?
I would take the points.
Probably the way this game's going.
Well, actually, I don't know, man. Our offense has been so bad so far. Maybe they dare us to move 95 yards.
It puts Green Bay in a hell of a hole going to halftime if we're down 17-0.
All right. Yep. So we stop them, and they're bringing the offense out. They're going for it on 4th.
Well, I gotta wonder if maybe 7 minutes. We've had that's the infographic you said, huh? 12 plays, 7 fucking minutes.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So yeah, this makes sense to go for it here because there's a minute and 20 seconds left. we're not going to move the ball 95 yards with a minute on the clock and 1 timeout. So they're just going to try to score.
Please stop them. I mean, 10-0 at halftime looks a whole lot better than 17-10.
There's a flag.
Please be on the offense. If it's on the offense, they're going to kick a field goal then, though.
I actually think it might be on us.
Oh, even better. I hope it's some bullshit penalty that gives them a first down. I got the sound off on mine,
Yeah,
so
I have the sound off too, so
I have grown to love not listening to the fucking commentators for Green Bay. Like, we're our own damn commentators. It's way more enjoyable.
all right. Well,
Let me see if I can find.
I'm not entirely sure what happened because
I saw Lowry jump, but
yeah.
was it on the offense though? Was he
Stop him,
baited?
Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! Oh my god, dude! Like first play all game where we had legit pressure on Winston. Like defender had him in his arms, and he just chucks one. It should have been an interception. It was floating, touchdown. Like the defender wasn't even looking. Like you're gonna let Jameis Winston just throw ducks up there?
You'd picking us apart.
And that was on Amos in coverage. He just
Who's
not
usually
even in.
reliable.
All right, dude. Down 17 points with a minute left and 1 timeout. At least we get the ball to start the second.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I saw it.
Dude, I don't even know who 83 is.
It's like the third tight end. The Saints are just good at using every single freaking active receiver that they have to like. You can't just focus on one guy. They throw it to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it seems like most plays when Winston has passed, his first read has been open. We haven't been able to pressure him at all. Their run game has been having their way with us. We can't hold the edge. Dude, the defense they're just completely falling apart. I don't have a reason to believe it's going to get better the more tired they get.
No, being on the field for as long as they did on the off or in this first half, to be honest, it's going to be on our offense now to kind of control this clock some to give our defense a break, but also be efficient enough to like when you're driving, you gotta come up with points now. Like eat some clock to give your defense a break, but still make the most of every opportunity. And to be honest, unless we get like another week 1 Sunday night football against the Bears type shit, where like the defense shuts them out in the second half and Rodgers goes down and scores 3 touchdowns in the second half, like I don't know. But the Saints aren't the fucking Bears. Whole lot easier to shut the Bears down an entire half than as the Saints. So don't like the way this one's going.
Yeah, man. And I mean, based on the way Detroit played against San Francisco today, next week might not be an easy matchup. And then right after that, we go to San Francisco.
And Detroit's always played us well too. Like even when they've had shitty seasons, they've always played Green Bay tough. I'll be honest. I mean, Joe Barry's defense right now is looking a whole hell of a lot like the 0-16 Detroit Lions defense when he was the defensive coordinator there. Just we haven't made them punt once, have we? They've scored on every single drive.
Yeah, I mean, if it keeps playing like this, and if it leads to losses, you got to wonder at a certain point how long is his leash. You know, with every assistant on the defensive staff being a holdover from the previous staff, you got to wonder if one of those guys could step up as an interim head coach.
You know, I've been hearing a lot of the
interim defensive coordinator, rather.
I've heard some Packer pundits there make some claims that LaFleur finally got his guy, like he got his guy, so there's no excuses for it. Like I agree, there's no excuses. But I also don't really agree with that statement that I don't think LaFleur got his guy in Joe Barry because his guy was
Jim Leonard.
Jim Leonard, who turned him down. Like, sure, out of all the guys they interviewed, Joe Barry might have been number two, but he wasn't his guy. Jim Leonard was his guy. You gotta wonder, like, I don't know. It's gonna be one of them things where I'm always gonna wonder, like, what this defense could have looked like under Jim Leonard. Whereas I was surprised we went with Joe fucking Barry, to be honest with you.
You know what I'm surprised about is with a minute on the clock and one timeout.
Are we packing it in, just looking for halftime?
No. We're slinging. But the Saints, they are playing tight man coverage on us. It's like they don't respect our receivers right now. So please, man, give me an MVS double move, take them deep. Like I am astounded that they're playing 1 yard off the line, and our defense pretty much the whole time has been playing 8 yards off the line.
Yeah, I just saw the catch by Lazard. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, Lazard was the guy who had the big game last year against the Saints, like 146 yards, I think, and that was with Devontae out.
Yep.
Rodgers throws this little fucking bubble pass or out to MVS in the flat, gets tackled inside. We're burning like 15, 20 seconds here.
Oh my God.
Why are you bothering with those short little passes? Especially when they're playing so close to the line. It's not like you got a bubble. Let's see. We might have a flag on the Saints here. Rodgers tries to go deep to Lazard. Misses the pass. It was like pretty decent. Are they going to call this defensive pass interference? Oh shit, we got Kylan Hill in there. Oh wait, no, that was Jones.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see some Kylan Hill in once in a while. Not consistently, but that boy balled out in preseason. I think he deserves at least a few snaps a game.
All right, so that was I think it was a defensive face mask on the Saints. Caught one of the receivers. Rodgers fires deep. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, am I gonna like this?
There you go. All right, call the fucking timeout, you retards.
Are we not?
All right, so we get a.
Are we trying to spike the ball?
It was a big time downfield shot and double coverage to Davante Adams. He makes a great catch. He's clearly tackled in bounds. Okay, Rodgers is like screaming timeout at the ref, and the refs were just lollygagging around, not giving it to us.
So Rodgers called it at the right time. How much time we got left on the clock?
We got 2 seconds, and I think we might be in field goal range. But yeah, the refs were taking their sweet ass time and giving the timeout there. But that was a nice pass from Rodgers. It was double coverage, and he placed it on Adams perfectly.
If the refs would have picked up on a timeout immediately, we could have had like 9 seconds, enough for maybe one shot at the end zone before a field goal.
Yeah, that's a little frustrating there. Or even if Adams had one more step, he probably could have gotten out of bounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's I'm really, really surprised that the Saints they've been very physical with our receivers so far, and I would say until that play right there, our receivers have not stepped up and responded. It's it's like they haven't played football in 8 months, you know. Honestly, I would say before this drive with the pass to Lazard and then the pass to Adams there, up to that point, I would say our best looking offensive plays were probably AJ Dillon runs up the gut.
Yeah.
He was getting 6 yards a pop.
You gotta wonder, hopefully, knock on wood, that our running game is not going to struggle until we get Bakhtiari back. Like, we need to be balanced on offense. We need defenses to fear a running game just as much as they fear the passing game. So, and I hope Rodgers doesn't take it upon himself to just kind of like be like, all right, without Bakhtiari, I gotta play hero ball and just, sling or audible out of runs, 4 or 5 times extra a
And I,
game.
like, especially like if he got into that habit for the first 6, 7 weeks of the season, I don't think he would just revert back to playing within the system. Like that's we need to play enough to keep him away from sandlot football, which is kind of Aaron Rodgers' natural instinct.
Because he's good at it, but at the same time, it's not what we need out of him right now. So I
What
feel
the
like
fuck?
feel like
Okay, so they gave us an extra 5 seconds. So we got 7 seconds on the clock, and we're
uh
taking the offense out. I'd take the field goal here all day. I would not risk.
are we trying to take a shot at the end zone?
I think maybe, but there's
I
7 seconds.
think okay, what I bet they're gonna do is they're just gonna try to get 5 to 10 yards, make it a little bit closer. I bet they won't take a shot at the end zone.
Um, so if the infographic is correct, it says we have 0 timeouts, which I thought we still had 1. But if we have
Wait, no, because Rodgers just used it.
dude, I don't like this at all. If someone gets tackled in bounds, you leave points on the board. I'd take the field goal here all day.
Wow, holy cow, why are we doing this? Or is he just gonna throw it out of bounds to like take all the time off? Or like at least like leave it with like 2 seconds, like what Tom Brady did against Dallas on Thursday?
I wouldn't be worried about the Saints scoring with 2 seconds left on the clock. I don't like this at all, man. I do not like this. What if Rodgers takes a sack? We got this brand new offensive line. Go with the fucking field goal, you idiots.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh, jeez.
Man,
They better prove me wrong and score a touchdown
to
here.
go into halftime with a chance to have some points on the board, make it a 2-score game, and then to go into halftime still being down a 3-score game is don't like that. I mean, I'm all for being aggressive, but I think this is fucking stupid right now.
See,
And we get the ball back after half too. Like, we could turn this into a 1-score game relatively quickly.
yeah. So Rogers ends up throwing an out in the flat toward Big Bob, throws it out of bounds. Only 3 seconds run off the clock. But my question is like, you're pretty much in extra point range here. Maybe a little bit further. Why? What is that extra 4 yard flat pass going to get you? Why is that the play call? That makes zero sense to me. So much to lose, so little to gain. What are the coaches and Rogers thinking right now?
I don't know. Just it almost shows like they have no faith in Mason Crosby to like hit anything more than chip shot type thing.
I don't know why they would think that. He's a great long ball kicker.
I know he missed one in Buffalo in the final preseason game, but I think that was more just like a fluke day. I mean, look at that infographic. He hasn't missed a single kick all last year. He was 16 for 16 last year. Made
Yeah,
every single one.
I don't understand their thinking at all.
All right. Well, we're we're on the board going into halftime. Holy
On the
shit.
board, thank God, put up
Three
some points.
three fucking points in the first half. Now, we only had 3 possessions in the first half. I mean, you do have to look at it in context and say that, well, we only had the ball for like 10
Oh
minutes.
shit, dude! They were just showing highlights of this the Chiefs Browns game, and a Chiefs player like a Browns player violently pushed a Chiefs coach.
I saw that on Twitter, Twitter update, something about, yeah, Browns player pushed him.
Dude, Nick Chubb is so good. Just like watching him run, like he runs with a violence like it's similar to Adrian Peterson.
Mhm.
Not many guys have that. Just like they are out there to hit people, kind of running style.
I'm gonna show you something here on a screen share. I think you'll probably find it pretty funny. Pretty much, right? Pretty much.
Ah, man.
Much of the same. It's the same fucking thing, dude. It doesn't matter who our defensive coordinator is. It's the same thing. And it sucks because we have so many. Our defense shouldn't be this bad because it's the most talented defense we've had in a very, very long time.
Dude, I mean, you have legit like blue chip talent,
At
borderline
all
all
three levels.
at all three
At
levels. You
all
got
three
Jared
levels.
Alexander, Zadarius Smith, Kenny Clark, and then you've got a bunch of good pieces around them. Like yes, I wish the defensive line was stronger and we weren't starting Dean Lowry. Yes, I wish we had an elite middle linebacker. But all
You
things considered, there's a lot of talent on the defense. It should play better than it has. I
completely
mean,
agree.
sure as hell does not look like the Rams defense where Joe Barry came from. Like they were aggressive. They were always moving guys around, sending blitzes, lots of pressure. They were getting their defensive linemen in positions for one-on-one plays. And I haven't seen this. This is literally the Mike Patton sit back and let the offense come to you defense.
Pretty much. Soft. And it was supposed to be more just aggressive. And I'm not seeing aggressive. It was supposed to be the Rams system of just generally more aggressive, and I'm just not seeing it so far.
No.
They better figure it out.
Yeah. And you know, dude, I gotta say, I'm disappointed. I know the Saints, you know, they might have the best offensive tackle tandem in the league. It's certainly up there. So I'll give them that. It's very good. But
They have,
just you
they
know,
have some good
Rashawn Gary
interior linemen too.
he got a lot of hype this year, and he hasn't been making plays.
Supposedly the
But at least
MVP of the training camp.
I mean, at least I'm saying his name. Preston Smith has been absolutely invisible. I haven't even seen him on the field. I'm sure he is on the field, but I haven't seen him in any plays.
And he would be someone that I was gonna say with if Z snaps are limited and he's not playing the full a lot, that's where Preston's gotta, he's gotta step it up. He's gotta make some plays. I don't know. I tell you this, Preston's probably no, I don't even say probably if he doesn't turn it around big time, it's definitely his last year. I mean, I think it's probably his last year regardless, but it's definitely his last year if
Yeah.
the whole season is this from Preston Smith.
I mean, for Preston Smith at this point, I kind of think he's, you know, you're essentially playing for a new contract with a new team. So if he's going to play like dog shit, he's not getting a very good deal wherever he goes.
So he did take a pay cut to stay with us. I didn't realize it was a pay cut until Rodgers confirmed. In a press conference.
He has bonus escalators depending on how well he performs.
Yeah.
He could get back up. I think technically he could make more, but he would have to play like Pro Bowl level to do that.
Yeah, not seeing it so far. Which is disappointing because his first year with us, when they started the whole Smith brothers, he
Like a
he
12
looked
sack year.
yeah, he looked like Goop, really struck gold. And I know last year was a little bit I mean to say it was a down year would be an understatement, but I know apart from the stats, if you look past the stats, his year wasn't a total dud, but it was a clear regression from what he has first year. You would expect kind of more consistency out of him in year two. It wasn't more consistent. You didn't have a terrible year, but not what it should have been.
Holy Nikes, dude. So I was thinking about how bad our pass rushes looked, and just playing the fantasy game in my head of like,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, we're all in this year. Would Goot trade for someone? And I'm like, they say Chandler Jones has been disgruntled. They say he wants to
There
be
ain't no
traded.
way we're getting Chandler
So
Jones.
so I went and checked out the stats on the Cardinals game to see if Jones even played today. He had
5 sacks.
sacks.
He had 5 sacks today.
5 sacks, dude.
Yeah, he killed it today.
Oh man, that is Wow.
Yeah, yeah. We're not getting Chandler Jones, man. That ain't happening.
Yeah, no, I thought he might not be playing. I thought he was
Oh
so
no.
disgruntled with the Cardinals, he was holding
Oh
out.
yeah.
Instead, he's like, "Nah, dude, I don't need training camp. I'm gonna come out here and ball."
Oh yeah. I was watching Red Zone earlier, and that's all they kept doing was just showing highlights of Chandler Jones, just like they were making a big deal when he had 3 sacks, and then like every second of that, they just kept going. Um, like they were basically going after who was it? Was it Bonnie Holiday record? I think he had 6 sacks in a game. Um, like he was chasing and he was balling. The Cardinals are going to be a team to be reckoned with in the NFC, for sure.
And we've got them in Arizona on a short week with Kansas City right after them.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough matchup, man.
So surprising, the 49ers, Trey Sermon, their rookie running back was a healthy scratch in this game today.
Wasn't he like a third round pick?
Yeah, and he's been operating as the number 2 behind Mostert, who's an undrafted running back, by the way. Like he's their number 1, but everyone assumed that, it was just a matter of time before Trey Sermon took that over as the number 1 role. Healthy scratch over 6th-round rookie Elijah Mitchell.
Hmm.
Wonder what's going on there. Unique.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see one of our rookies step up and make an impact play in this game. I mean, I
Hmm.
will say, so far, Josh Myers and Royce Newman, they haven't made any like terrible mistakes.
Well, they've only had about 10 snaps, but
Yeah. Um,
limited number to work with.
yeah, I will say I saw one play where Myers got beat, but it wasn't like detrimental. Um, but yeah, it would be great to see an impact play from a rookie. Dude, I mean, hell, why not send Eric Stokes on like a slot corner blitz or something to put
I
that four.
haven't seen much of Eric Stokes at all in this game either.
Well, I just worry that this coaching staff, which never seems to know how to put players in the best position to succeed, that they're just going to say, "Oh, well, he's Kevin King's backup, and he should only learn Kevin King's outside boundary role." No, man, take that 4-2 speed, put it in the slot, and send him on a blitz. I want to see that. We'll see
So,
if Jameis Winston can outrun that.
um, I did want to make a quick comment about to go back to the Lions and the 49ers game because the thought just crossed my mind that the last time I checked around like halftime, early third quarter, Detroit was losing big, like 30 something to like 10. They were down massive. Pretty much going to be a blowout. Dan Campbell has them boys playing hard for all 4 quarters. That's also, I feel like, a pretty good formula for defeating Green Bay is to have that 49ers mentality of just, cutthroat, hard-nosed football for 4 quarters. Because Green Bay doesn't really play hard-nosed, grind, grind out football for 4 quarters. We're more finesse than in the trenches, mean and nasty. Um, that's been our Achilles heel. It makes you kind of worry that if Detroit can come back on another like-minded team like the 49ers, like that, if Green Bay has any comes out of the gates slow next week on Monday Night Football, we could be in for a dogfight against Detroit too. Especially with the way Dan Campbell coaches and the mentality he's got. So,
Well, hey, I mean, I'll take one silver lining out of what's happening so far today. At first I was thinking with with the Niners coming up right after Detroit, and technically it's a short week because I think we got Detroit on a Monday, and then the Niners on a Sunday. I was worrying like, if we handle business here against the Saints, that maybe we overlook Detroit, looking ahead to the Niners. I don't think that's going to happen now. I think today is a wake up call that this team, um, nothing's given. You got to go out there and
mhm.
earn it. And also for Detroit that they're not going to lay down for anyone.
Well, no, I know we've been kind of pessimistic, but the game's far from over. We are getting the ball back in the second half. By the way, does this not seem like the longest fucking halftime ever?
It's very long.
Yeah. Holy cow. Boy, they give them half an hour now for these things.
Well, Jesus, our defense needs as much time as possible to rest, so I'll allow it.
Um, we're only down by 2 scores. We get the ball back. But my God, do we have to fucking get some points on this drive? We gotta set the tone for the second half. The worst thing we could possibly do is to come out here flat and just basically go 3-and-out and give the ball right back to there's two things that we can't have. We can't go 3-and-out, and we can't have a long drive that doesn't come away with points. Those are the two Achilles heels that will basically ruin us for the second half, I feel.
Yeah, it's definitely it's pivotal that we not only put points on the board, but I say score a touchdown here. The way the Saints have controlled the clock.
I'd like to see a running game get going a little bit
Yeah, and
more.
actually that was going to be my follow up here. Is that honestly in that first half, I thought our play calling was pretty vanilla. I don't think I really saw any motion at all from the
Hmm.
offense. Um, I would love to see. Let's get AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones out there at the same time. So
Like we did with Jamal Williams last year.
yeah,
Worked well.
and also um, if we run some more motions with the receivers and maybe get Devontae Adams in the slot more, uh, so far the Saints secondary has held up well, which surprises me considering they're down to like their fourth stringer as their number two. But maybe you start testing their knowledge of when you're confronted with moving parts and you need to adjust the defense in a split second. Do those bottom of the roster guys have that ability? I would like to see us
Interesting.
start stressing them that way. So far, we've been really just giving them a best shot to man up on us, and they've been beating us.
I just looked at our box score here for this first half. How many passing yards do you think Jameis Winston has?
He probably has more running yards. I don't know. Let's say 80 passing yards.
He's got 68. Based on how efficient they were in the first half, I just figured it'd be a little bit more than that. He's got 36 rushing yards.
All right.
Uh,
So
com-
they just they threw a very, very late flag on what was obviously pass interference against Devontae. Like the Saints receiver was all over him and literally turned him around, and the refs had to be like talked into it.
mm, it's our running defense that's been struggling big time. Between Kamara and Tony Jones Jr., they have over 100 yards rushing already in the first half.
Yeah,
Just
that's why
over.
offense needs to keep our defense off the field because the
That
defense
better
is
not.
not.
That was an Achilles heel for us last year, is we couldn't freaking stop the run, and I don't think we did enough to. Besides drafting T.J. Slayton, I don't think we did enough to prevent
Yeah.
that.
And people are putting too much stock in a fifth round rookie, man. He's
I mean,
not going to be a big difference maker.
especially in year one, if not ever. I mean, he's basically just a cog to eat up blockers and let your linebackers make plays. But if you don't get the linebackers to make the fucking plays, it's kind of a moot point. And I haven't seen him out there too much either. So
Ooh.
I did see the pass interference. It was clear and blatant. I wish it was a little bit deeper down the field instead of just like a little slant type thing.
All
But
right. So we've got after that play, it was 1st and 10, and we ran Jones. He picks up 3 yards going to the edge. If he could have beaten a guy, he probably could have gotten quite a few yards, but he got his ankles wrapped up. After that, however, they did show a Packers player down on the ground, not looking good. I didn't
oh,
get a good look at who it was
I
though.
thought I saw 81. Was that
Was
Degora?
that Degora?
Yeah, 81's Degora. Because I just saw the play just now too, and he just felt like he looked like he just face planted hard. Um, yeah, that's one. That's 81. I'm gonna double check here. Um,
Yeah, because Big Bob's 85. Surprises I haven't seen more of Mercedes Lewis out there, the big dog.
yep,
Um,
that's Josiah Degora, 81. Yep, that's man. if we were to lose him in week 1 for a second straight year, I know they had big plans for him this year. Man, not good.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean, I know
sad.
a lot of people were upset with that draft pick, saying he was overdrafted, could have been had later. I try not to get too worked up about that because you never know how a player is going to work out and how different teams value different players. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, like if he had 2 years in a row just wiped off his career, that's a wasted third round pick. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too big on it either. As long as you draft successful elite players, I don't really care too much about like, you know, they say he's like a glorified fullback. Well, if you know for a fact you're getting like a future Pro Bowl fullback year in, year out, every single year, I'm fine with burning a third round pick on that rather than gambling on a cornerback or something like that. Like you have the best fullback in the league for the next 15 years. I'm cool with it. Damn,
Yeah, that'd be
damn
nice.
Raiders took a punter in the first round back in the 70s. It worked out pretty good for him. He only turned into the greatest punter of all time.
All right, so the broadcast is back. Degora's still down.
If they bring the stretcher out, that's really not good.
Yeah, Rogers is kneeling down next to him. Let's
Like
see.
it almost looked like a I know it wasn't the same, but like a Sterling
Ooh,
Sharp, Jermichael Finley type thing. Are you watching
they
the
just
replay?
showed a replay, and when he goes down, he's completely limp, not moving at all. Um,
God, I wonder if that might be a neck thing. Just like that's what happened with like Finley and Sterling Sharp back in the day.
sorry, yeah, shit, they went back to commercial again. So that,
Also Nick Collins too. Saying like he just like it wasn't even like a terrible play. It just it was like a freak accident.
yeah, I
Well,
mean
he's well
that's
he's well he's moving his leg, which is good, I guess.
yeah, man. I don't know. The human
Where is
body is
he?
a fragile thing, and these are big, strong, fast men that they've done tests that sometimes these hits are the equivalent of like a car crash.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit probably on the back of the head, back of the neck.
So I mean, you gotta hope the young man is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but based on what we're seeing right now, which you never know, because I mean, remember, I think it was what just last year, or maybe the year before, where Jamal Williams, he got stretchered out and taken away in an
Mm-hmm.
ambulance, and he was back playing the next week. So you never know how it works out, but right now I would say it is not looking good for Josiah Degura being a contributor to the 2021 team.
That's funny. Just saw someone say something that they're still trying to wrap their head around the fact that Mike McCarthy's offense looked better prepared to start the season than Matt LaFleur's.
Yeah, dude, the Cowboys look pretty damn good playing against the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers. Nearly pulled out the W, but then Tom Brady, he did his magic in that
Real
last
close.
minute and a half.
Yeah, really close.
Um, yeah, dude, that the Dallas offense, they looked
Mm-hmm.
very good, particularly their offensive line. Um, and that line's just gonna get stronger because they had Zach Martin. He was
Dude,
out with COVID. Although I did hear that Lyle Collins is being suspended for 5 games.
holy cow, for what? Substance?
Yeah,
Because I was gonna say that's a big boon for them. Them having Collins and um left tackle there. Um,
Tyron Smith.
yeah, like it was a clear difference.
Oh,
Like,
okay. We're back. Degara is walking off under his own power. A trainer is closely gripping his arm, though. So I wonder if
broken
he's gonna
arm,
have some sort of
broken wrist, something maybe.
arm or elbow injury or something. But thankfully, walking off under his own power, not as serious as it potentially looked. So it's been a while. 2nd and 7. Quick pass. Rogers. MBS. First down.
Thank God. They need to get into a groove, a rhythm. Rodgers needs to get into a rhythm. The offense needs to get flowing, get some confidence. They're all fucking cattywampus right now.
I mean, we're less than a minute into the third right now. You know, like we barely had the ball in the first half, and then this injury just took the wind out of the drive here. So we may as well be starting the game right now. They've had barely any time to get flowing.
I mean, I'll be honest. Sucks to kind of say, but it really looks like the Tampa offense just kind of carried
Go, big
over.
dog, go, go, go.
Okay. All
Right,
right.
man.
Can't wait to watch that one. I just saw the MVS one, just not walking back in.
Dude, did I not just mention a minute ago how I'm like, oh, it's kind of weird that we haven't seen Big Dog out there at all. He picks up a nice little play action pass in the flat, no one around him, and he just picks up an easy first down, probably 10, 15 yards.
Good. It's crazy to think that Rodgers has more passing yards than Jameis Winston right now because it just doesn't feel like that with the way the flow's gone.
Dude, I mean, it's their running game has just been grinding us to dust.
And actually, with Jameis has just been throwing like just in the flats, screens and stuff. All right, yeah, that's a good play by Rodgers. Who would have thought that'd be the big dog, Mercedes Lewis, getting this offense rolling?
Big Dog is a captain, man. He's a respected guy on this team.
Deserves to
And
be. Which
honestly,
is
I remember last year, every time he got the ball, he always made something good happen. Like I know he's
yeah,
not the most athletic guy, but he makes stuff happen.
even at his age, he's still. I mean, he's still arguably the best blocking tight end in the league. And he can still catch a ball here and there. So, I mean, a guy like that is just invaluable to your team.
Dude, you know who I'd like to see make a play? Randall Cobb.
I haven't seen him out there at all yet. Has he been out there?
I
We
saw
throw
him,
deep.
yeah, so
Don't
that
get
deep pass.
you would have freaked out if he caught that.
Yeah. No, I actually that I don't know what Rodgers was thinking there because like he clearly launched it out of bounds, like he knew that MBS was double covered and pulled off on the throw. So why'd you throw it in the first place? Like go somewhere else or just take off running. But the play after that, Rodgers nearly gets sacked with pressure up the middle, and he makes a nice little flip pass to Aaron Jones, picks up 7 yards. We're in a 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, I'm watching the second time play right now that you were just talking about.
Come on, man. Rodgers has kind of been off target on these deep throws today.
He's probably a little rusty too.
Well, shit, dude. I'm sorry. I'm ahead of you right now, but we missed the 3rd down. It's
Yeah.
4th and 3. I say we got to go for it, and it
Are
does.
we
look
in? Are we in field goal range?
We're in field goal range, but I mean we're down 2 scores.
Yeah, we need some flow. Gotta wonder if they're
We're at
gonna
about
try a
the
hard.
30, and we're going empty backfield. 4th and 3. Come on, Randall Cobb, make your money.
That's usually where we would bring him in for that.
Fucking hell, dude. All right. Thank you.
Flag.
Rodgers throws and Tanyan fell down, so it was incomplete. But then a bunch of flags came in afterwards.
I just saw the 3rd down play. Don't like that throw by Rodgers. Also on 3rd and 3, I don't like the idea of throwing it freaking 20 yards down the field to a receiver pretty heavily covered. Don't like the fact that we ran that offensive play call and we had no one short on like a slant or anything to just get the fucking first down.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. The Saints have been jamming us so much at the line. I'm wondering if
Devontae should be eating that if they're jamming us.
I'm wondering if we're just if we
um
challenge them deep to
also on that 4th down play, he could have hit Randall Cobb. That would have been a first down.
Well,
That route.
thankfully the penalty gives us a first down.
Thankfully, but Cobb, given Cobb don't drop the pass, he had Cobb for a first down and some decent rack yards too.
All right, we are getting a little bit of a rhythm here. First down, we go to Devontae on a bubble screen, and he picks up about 7 with some shifty moves. I wouldn't mind seeing AJ Dillon blast up the gut here, but they seem to be going. I think this is Aaron Jones' series. Oh wait, no, maybe we do have Dillon in the backfield. Ooh, all right, nice little uh misdirection screen to Tanyan, picks up a first, about 5 yards to get there.
We've been doing
Yeah,
a lot of like quick passes, but the line looks like it's been okay-ish so far.
yeah. There's been 1 or 2 plays where Jenkins has let up some pressure, which
You
honestly,
gotta you gotta realize it's not gonna be the offensive line we saw last year. At least definitely not until Bach comes back. And even then it might never be up to snuff. I mean, we're replacing an all pro, the #1 ranked center in all of football last year with a rookie, so
yeah, and I'm surprised that more people, like all the Packers websites I follow, nobody. Holy shit, that is big. It looks like Marshawn Lattimore is going back to the locker room right now.
hey, gotta capitalize. He could come back. So they just showed that replay of the fourth down play, and yeah, um, definitely confirmed my initial
Oh
view
yeah,
of
with Cobb.
Cobb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all what you're talking about there. Um, no, but I was surprised that nobody seems to have any worry at all about Jenkins out at left tackle. And I'm like, I love Jenkins. He's a great player.
I don't. I think I personally think he's going to be an average middle of the road left tackle. Like that's not his natural position. Like he'll be serviceable, but he's not going to be like a Pro Bowler left tackle. At least I don't. I mean, if he is, holy cow, like the greatest football player, versatile football player of all time. I'll even fucking say it. There's no one that can just play 5 different positions seamlessly like that if he's the first one to do it. But I expect some struggles. You're smiling. We do something big. Do we get a touchdown?
I'm not smiling, man.
Do we do something bad? We fucking turn the ball over. You're doing something with your fucking facial expression right now. I'm on 2nd and 7.
Oh, you're about to see.
Is it on 2nd and 7 we do it?
I think so.
Oh yeah, interception. Rogers throws a fucking. Oh, is it? At least we tackled him. Rogers throws a pick before a touchdown to start the season. Holy fuck! Really?
Dude, when's the last time Rodgers threw a red zone pick?
Bench
Dude,
the bum. Bench the bum. Put in Jordan Love. Put in Jordan Love.
Wouldn't that be something if Love like came in and gave a spark? Dude, I mean, fuck. Like at this point, we're down 2 scores, and they're going to be starting at midfield. They're probably going to try to just run out the rest of the third quarter.
And if they come away with points, or God forbid, a fucking touchdown.
Dude, I mean, I hate to throw in the towel this early, but this game is not looking like a W, man.
No, I mean it was looking like the offense looks like how they played against Tampa in like week 10 of last
Yeah,
year.
that's
Just
exactly. Yeah.
they're not in rhythm. There's no cohesion. They don't look on the same page.
Dude, and once again, with Tampa, we would only do outside runs.
Hmm.
Wouldn't test them up the middle. So far in this game, when we've run up the middle, we've had success. All the outside stuff is getting caught before we can hit the edge. So we're getting stuck in these third and longs. Dude, I mean, at this point, if they put points on the board, running's kind of out of the equation.
Hmm.
But like prior to this, why not blast AJ Jones up the middle? Or sorry, AJ Dillon up the middle.
Yeah, it was working on the few that we gave him, and then again we just get away from it.
That was Aaron Rodgers' first red zone interception since Week 6, 2019.
Well, what the fuck, man?
All right, thank you, Chris Barnes. At least
I don't.
we have a nice tackle, some energy on defense to start.
I don't remember the last time Packers lost back-to-back games, to be honest. Like to go back from to like last year included. Yikes.
Gee, I don't know why Rodgers was even going to
I'd
the
like
punt.
to see a replay of that. What did it go
Yeah,
off his
you're
hands or?
you're about to see a replay. It was a straight up. It was just a bad throw by Rodgers. He didn't set his feet, so it was inaccurate. But Adams was double covered. They show that there was some defensive pass interference on. It looked like Dominic Daphne, but Rodgers was probably never looking his way. Um, so yeah, dude, I don't like. It's obvious the Saints are gonna double Devontae. Can somebody else please step up and make a fucking play on
Wow, yeah, that was a terrible pick. Not even close.
to at this point Rodgers is pressing because he's like, I need to put the team on back and throwing a pass he probably wouldn't normally throw.
All right, I just saw Kenny Clark make the play on Kamara for 3rd and 1. I'm guessing they probably pick up a first down.
Yeah.
It's your defense is bad when you have zero confidence on like any 3rd and shorts. Like it's guaranteed. I can't remember the last time Green Bay got a stop on 3rd and short. And even when they do, the few times they do, the team usually goes for it on 4th down and they almost always fucking pick it up. Every time.
Yeah, I would love to see some statistics on how frequently teams go for it on fourth against us. Because I feel like it happens a lot in fourth and shorts, and I think that's directly because they know, like,
Yeah.
even if our defense gets lucky and makes one stop, like we're not good enough to consistently
Yeah,
stop.
I can't remember getting jacked. I can't remember the last time I got jacked up about a 4th down stop that we had. Like a 4th and short, and I'm not talking about like some bullshit thing at the end of the game where it's like 4th and 30 and they just throw a Hail Mary and like I'm talking about like a like middle of the game around like midfield and they just go for it. I feel like they always get it every time. The percentage has got to be insane against us. What's the flag on? Them? False
Yeah,
start on them?
yeah, false start on them. Um, that's what we got to hope for at this point, that they just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
come on.
they're showing stats right now. Winston only has 75 passing yards. He's got 2 TDs out of that, but come on, 75 passing yards, and we're down 2 scores and
So
fourth.
so you're seeing the Sean Payton effect here. Like, so Jameis is known for throwing the deep ball, being a gunslinger, and sometimes costing. It's clear that Sean Payton's not going to let that happen. Jameis is going to be a game manager, short passes, high completion passes. You're going to get the ball into your playmakers' hands, and they're going to be the ones that win your game. No hero ball. Like he probably went into the QB room and be like, no fucking hero ball anymore at St. Tampa, Jameis. You're fucking throwing short passes. We're gonna let Kamara and all the other dudes win us this game.
I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen more of Taysom Hill in on some gadget plays. I've seen him on 1 or
He was on
2.
that one and we stopped him pretty good. Kamara
Thank
hasn't
you, defense. Thank you. Thank you. Third and
second.
11, and we stopped them. Eric Stokes was in coverage. It should have been a catch. The receiver just bobbled it, but Stokes hit him and made sure it didn't get caught. So 4th and 11, defense gives us a chance here.
Got fucking score, Rogers. Holy shit.
Dude,
Get
this
some
is the
yards.
first time I've seen Eric Stokes all game.
Mhm.
I'm
Listen,
wondering. I'm
I'm gonna
wondering if
watch. Is King out there too? Okay, yeah, King is out. No, I don't see King. Yep, King is out there. So it's up top. So we got Jair and King on the bottom. Stokes up top.
all right, dude, on this motherfucking punt,
Good play,
I
Stokes.
I've never seen someone so perfectly in position to block a punt and not put their hands up. Like we should have blocked this, but our special teams coaching's so fucking terrible that the
Good.
guy just runs straight forward and they pin us at the 5.
Our stupid ass special teams has been bad for as long as I can remember. Ever since our special teams has been bad since 1996. That's the last
Yeah.
time I remember our special teams being good.
Yeah.
Holy
right.
shit. Jerry Judy carted off the field.
Damn.
Huh?
You got to fill some airtime here. I got to go take a
All
leak.
right. All right, fans. We're going to be backtracking a little bit because I'm about a minute behind. So it does look like we're coming up on a commercial break. You're probably a play in front of me, but I am just now seeing the first and 10 at our 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrible fucking throw by Rodgers again.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Rodgers is not reading the field well this game.
I was gonna say, not really looking like that MVP Rodgers we saw last year at all. Looks pretty mortal in this game.
Yeah, dude, he's not finding open guys. He's
Lots of
locking into people, throwing into
mental
double coverage.
mental mistakes and shit, and just
Now on second down, we get penalized for an illegal shift.
oh, that's great.
That's gonna push us back even closer to the line. Dude, I mean, fucking please, will some offensive player step up that's not Devontae Adams? Like they're gonna double cover Adams. I know that. Somebody else needs to make a play, and Rodgers needs to see them.
That sucks too, because that was a 14-yard fucking pass and catch by Aaron Jones. Could have used that to kind of just kickstart us a little bit.
Lattimore's back on the field. They're taping up his wrist, it looks
Mhm.
like. They run AJ Dillon for a few yards. I mean, he looks tough when he runs, man. I'd like to see more of his runs, but we're in a 3rd and 8 now, within our own 10. And I don't know why we're running the play clock down to 1 every single time. Like this is bad
Rodgers always done that.
habits.
He don't care about that. Never has.
Deep shot.
Hope we get it.
It
Probably
was
won't.
probably the most inaccurate deep ball I've ever seen Rodgers throw. Easily picked off. They're running it back right now. 30, 20, 15, 10.
Wait, he got intercepted?
Yeah, Rodgers overthrows his man by like 15 yards and it's
Oh
picked
my
off
God.
and they run it
Are you
back to the
serious?
10. So we
Wow.
may as well have just fumbled the ball right where we were.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't know what the fuck Rodgers is thinking here. He throws into double coverage and he's literally like 10 yards overthrowing MVS, who was tightly covered to begin with. I have no idea what the fuck Aaron Rodgers is thinking.
I haven't seen Rodgers play this bad since that Monday Night Football game against the Broncos like 6 years ago.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. I think it's about time he fucking cuts that hippie hair, gets serious about football.
Yeah.
Well, I mean they're gonna score a touchdown here. They're at the 12-yard line. So this is gonna put us down 3 scores with pretty much only the 4th left.
Yeah. I mean, boy, touchdown here. Kind of feels like just about puts the dagger in it, don't it?
Dude, what is Rodgers thinking here? I have no idea.
It doesn't seem like a play that he would something he would throw ever. Was he expecting MVS to just run harder on the route, or
It's even if MVS did run harder, it's double coverage and it was sticky coverage at that.
what we need that we're not going to get because our Joe Barry defense fucking sucks too? Is what we just need a turnover. Not going to get it. I have no faith in the defense to get it.
See, this defense, they are capable of stopping the run when they know it's going to be a run.
They've It's maddening because this is the defense that when they're predicted to just get run all over, they play well. Remember the Derrick Henry game against Tennessee? They fucking shut Henry down. I think that was the least amount of yards Henry got all season was against our defense. So we predicted he was just gonna run for like 200 yards. He got shut down pretty good. But then against, I mean, I know Kamara's a great running back, but against like the bullshit teams, oh, I can't wait to see what happened prior to touchdown.
Touchdown, touchdown. All right, dude. So
Uh,
I'm starting to wonder, in all honesty. All right, so we're going down 3 touchdowns now. It's still the third, so you got to keep fighting. If we end up going down 4 touchdowns at some point, do you pull Rodgers and just give Love some garbage time?
no, I bet they won't do that just because of the PR mess that would create for week
Yeah,
1.
maybe light a fire under Rodgers' ass. Be like, maybe you should have shown up for the offseason. Like, this is ridiculous, man. It's going to be an NFC loss against someone that we could be fighting for playoff spots. And we've just come out completely flat. Rodgers playing his worst game since, this is reminiscent of the Tampa game last year or the Niners game the year before that. I don't think the Saints defense is as good as them. Like their corners are decimated, and our Rodgers just hasn't been able to find anyone open.
So let me see if I can do the math here on this. So 10, 17, 24. It's a 3-score game. We have to score 3 touchdowns basically in the fourth quarter. Will we get a little bit of help in the third quarter? If we want a chance, we have to basically be in the red zone by the start of the fourth quarter. You just don't see teams scoring 21 points in 1 quarter alone when they're given the full quarter of like a fresh time. So you're basically running a 2-minute offense the rest of the game now. I feel like urgency time now, and you got to score. There's no more field goals. Like we're going for it on 4th down already. I feel
Yeah.
like you gotta.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hell, they went for it on 4th down on their own side of the field on literally their first offensive series of the game.
mhm.
If you were going to go for it then, you sure as hell got to go for it now.
Mm.
Dude, I mean, this offense looks so bad. And
Well, let me
it
take a look.
hasn't, the biggest question mark has been the offensive line. I don't think they've looked that bad. Like, yeah, it hasn't looked as good as with Bakhtiari in there, but they've looked pretty decent. It's just Aaron Rodgers has looked bad. The receivers have looked bad.
Aaron Rodgers is a QB rating of 32 right now. He is 100, 118 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1 sack. Aaron Jones' stat line is even more impressive. 4 carries for 6 yards.
Yeah, they
Uh huh.
they're
Ban the
only
run.
using outside runs with them.
And now you're at the point now where I mean you gotta abandon the run, which makes it even tougher. Devontae, his worst game in a long time. 4 receptions for 50 yards right now. Let's see. Mercedes Lewis, 1 catch for 19. MVS is 3 catches for 17.
So sorry, forgive me. I was a little bit distracted
I
here
was
on the
just
kickoff. I'm sure you haven't seen it yet, but it kind of looked like Kylan Hill might have miffed it.
huh,
Um,
just adding insult to injury then if he did.
well,
Um,
keep your eyes on it and tell me what happens because
all right. Well, they're
I
about
don't.
to kick it off right now, so I was just kind of running through the stats. They're pretty bad.
Right now, I
Yeah,
don't
he
see
miffed it.
their team on offense or defense. I don't see someone.
We're getting killed in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams.
Dude, and the Saints still they are right up there 1 yard off the line of scrimmage, jamming us all day long. They don't respect our receivers' ability to beat the jam, and for some reason, Devonte Adams has not made them pay for it.
What's funny is Devontae was quoted for this game saying this is the hungriest team that he's ever been a part of. And they don't look too hungry right now. They look
No, they don't.
they look pretty fucking bad. For a team that brought back every single player basically last year besides Corey Linsley, you're supposed to have cohesion. You're supposed to not really get into these lulls.
Dude, the offensive line, they're holding up, and it's either the receivers can't get open or Rodgers can't find open receivers. But we got to get some more creative play calling or something. Like
We need a big play at
not
some
running our
point. Like they're gonna start playing to like not give up the big play because they're not gonna try to let us into it. But we gotta find a big play at some point, some type of a big spark. I'm on
Right,
second and 7.
they got us in a 4th down now at our like 22.
Oh, okay.
You
I
fucking kidding me?
Are we going for it?
You have to. You have to at this point. I hope they don't put the ball in Rodgers' hands. Just run this. Give it to AJ Dillon and say go get 2 yards.
Is it 4th and 2?
It's 4th and 2.
Okay, because I'm at 3rd and 7 right now, or whatever it is. So I'm assuming, yep, 3rd and 7. Wow, look at that. Punt, field goal, interception. So this is
Oh God.
almost as embarrassing as our Vikings loss last year.
I think this is more embarrassing after you see this 4th down.
We don't get it.
Fucking bounces right out of Devonte Adams' hands.
Hmm.
So they're going to be getting the ball pretty much in the red zone.
Well, this game's over then. Well, I think LaFleur and the boys got some work to be doing here then over this next week. Oh yeah, nice. Good job, Devontae. You know, I don't know if that was pass interference or not, but
Yeah, I mean the refs, they've been letting the Saints play pretty tight. But dude, I mean it was in Adams' hands. You got to make the catch. You want to be paid like the #1 wide receiver in the game. DeAndre Hopkins just caught 2 touchdowns today in a blowout win. What are you doing, Devontae?
he doesn't know anything either today. Besides that one big play.
Dude, this is fucking embarrassing. Like the Saints, yeah, they have a good defense. It's not the best defense we're gonna play by a long shot. We got fucking
Mhm.
Pittsburgh in just a few weeks.
Pittsburgh shut
Got
down Buffalo pretty good
the
today.
Niners before that.
Niners are good. And we're playing the Niners without David Bakhtiari. Yeah, we got some really good defense. I mean, I know the Saints have a decent defense, but I wouldn't call them like top 5, but they sure look like it today.
I mean, if I can take one good thing out of this week of football, it's that right now the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles look like some of the best teams in the NFC. So, week one's not everything. Weird things happen. Teams are still getting their footing, but it's so damn frustrating that I hate when this team comes out flat, dude. It
Mhm.
happens way too often under Matt LaFleur. Like, why do we come out flat and with no energy and no will to win? Dude,
Mhm.
I've seen high school teams with more energy.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone get hyped about anything. No passion. There's been like no passion out there on the field at all today.
Dude, I mean, unless, maybe there's more locker room turmoil than we ever knew. Like maybe Aaron Rodgers' antics this offseason have created a schism in the team that we don't know about.
It it seems like they still haven't overcome that loss to Tampa because they're still flat. They're still not executing. I mean, I will give credit where credit's due. I mean, the Saints are not a terrible team. I mean, the Saints are a team that basically handed the Bucks their asses in the regular season. Didn't they shut them out like 35-0
They didn't shut
on
them
like
out.
prime time?
They beat them pretty good both times in the
Um,
regular
and
season.
they should have beat them in the playoffs too if it wasn't for execution errors. So, I mean, the Saints are not a terrible football team, but they're not this this good, I feel. We're just
Pick it off! Pick it off, baby! Woo!
did we?
Woo! Darnell Savage gets the pick. At least one of my bold predictions comes true.
Did you say Savage?
Savage. There is a flag on the play, though.
Oh, great. That's good. The way this game's going, it's going right back to New Orleans.
And honestly, I saw Winston took a pretty big hit, and I'm wondering if they're gonna call this roughing the passer.
Well, I'm about to watch it
Very
right
early.
now,
I don't know, man. That's pretty wishy-washy.
and
Smith had already he was
you can't
already in the air when Winston released the ball.
and you can't challenge it, can you?
Shoulder pads, like nothing around the helmet. If they call this a penalty, that is fucking bullshit. We should have this interception right now.
I'm surprised he takes it out of the end zone. Yeah, it looks like Z was committed to it's in the backfield. It's gonna be a late hit. They're probably talking about it. It does look like Z was already committed. Now, unless it was like a helmet to helmet
It
thing.
wasn't. Oh, that is fucking horse shit. That is not roughing the passer, man. There's nowhere around his helmet. That is bullshit. Dude, the refs have been jobbing us this game.
Well, ever since the first quarter there, you can see Rogers getting hot about one. And they just take away a turnover for us. That's great. That's terrific. Just about how this game. Do we even gotta play the fourth quarter? Do we have to just pack it in?
Dude, I'm serious. Like if we go down another score, like I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers out there anymore. I'd rather see what Love can do in a real game.
They might, maybe they won't do it in the top half of the fourth, but so man, if this is not irony, the one guy I said that they probably shouldn't even have out there if he's not even 100% is the one dude who just cost us a a turnover, like basically our last chance at maybe something. Um,
Dude, yeah, that would have been a red zone interception.
yeah,
How many of those do you get? And I will say the very, very, very few times we've been able to pressure Winston, he's made some questionable throws.
I will say this.
pressure him all fucking day.
The NFL does not even want you to even touch a quarterback anymore. Like you are not even allowed to like they literally want the quarterback to be able to get the throw off every single time.
Yeah, dude, it sounds crazy, but after listening to like Peyton Manning's Hall of Fame speech about the game evolving and all this shit, it wouldn't surprise me if 10 or 15 years from now it's like laser tag and there's just some sort of proximity activation where when a defender
Like
gets close enough.
you can't even tackle the quarterback. Like they changed to be like basically if you can get two-hand touch on the quarterback, he's down. Like they changed it to that stupid
Yeah,
shit.
I'm
Like
not even sitting like they're not even gonna do hands. Like it's literally gonna be like laser tag and they'll have defenders like wearing devices, and if you get within like 3 feet of the quarterback, they'll just go ahead and blow that
Hmm.
play down. Like,
yeah, you're not allowed to even touch the quarterback anymore. Like God forbid the quarterback gets hit on his ass. Like they literally have a fucking aneurysm up there in the NFL headquarters office if they ever see a quarterback take any type of hit.
man, that's why sometimes it's nice to just watch old games.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a newfound respect for the guys like Favre and Marino and Montana and the guys who had to deal with actual defenses.
It gives me a lot of respect for the receivers too, like the receivers who ran across the middle and made a career out of it, knowing that the safety was there to just headhunt and just literally take your soul away if you like now that doesn't happen. You don't see very rarely do you see a quarterback literally throw the ball right down the middle, like on a crossing route. I don't think I've seen it once this game where a receiver catches it between the hashes on a crossing route. Like, pay attention for like the rest of the season. I swear you don't see them much at all anymore.
Good God, dude. All right, so first of all, this touchdown was absolutely wide open, like uncovered. But then in the replay, it is blatantly obvious that Rashawn Gary is being held by the throat and it is not called. Are you kidding me, refs? Someone got money on this game or something?
Must be the Saints got to pick the refs as well as the as re- as well as the venue.
Dude, he was literally held by the throat, man. It couldn't have been more obvious.
This game's over. This game's over, man. We are 0-1, and we got our
And
asses
oh my
handed.
God, I have to watch this fucking Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercial right now where he's acting like a rock star playing guitar. Like, fucking Aaron Rodgers, get real. Play football, man. If you want to play football, play football. If you want to go to Hollywood, then retire.
We are getting our asses handed to us. 31-3. I
Is there a
mean,
team in the league that looks worse than us right now? Has there been a team this week that scored less than 3 points?
the Falcons scored 6, and they played a worse team. They got shut out. I mean, well, let me go through here, I guess. So the Falcons lost to the Eagles 32-6. I guess that would be the only comparable one. Um, it's not too often you see a team only score 3. Yeah, there's no. That's funny. Um, well, here's a unique stat for you. Um, besides the Giants who are still playing right now, um, the Falcons and the Packers are the only teams that have single digit scores. Everyone at least has double digits. Everyone in the league has double digits.
Dude, Jameis Winston has 4 touchdowns right now, 93 passing yards.
Yeah, he doesn't even have over 100 yards.
Has that ever happened in
I was I
NFL
was I was gonna say
history?
it's gotta be some other fucking record now.
What is up with our defense and just letting weird ass records happen against them?
31-3. Hey man, 31-3. This is like what it's like to be the opposite of a Packer fan. Like this is what we do to teams. It's usually the Packers up 31-3.
Well, I don't know about 31-3. We might put up 31 points. How often have we ever held someone to
Oh,
3?
well,
Like
yeah.
that's
The last time I remember that was probably against the Bears back in the day. But dude,
the Saints.
Jameis
Saints are
Winston has
still,
outdueled Aaron Rodgers
dude. The
big
Saints
time.
are still jamming us at the line. They have no respect for our receivers right now,
Dude,
and we have not proven otherwise.
the game plan for this game sucks. Whoever fucking came up with the game plan.
Dude, this is wild to me that the Saints are up 4 scores and they're not going prevent like we would. They
Well,
are
well,
up the line.
well, that's because we're fucking used to watching Pettin's defense and Capers defense, which would just as soon as you get up by like 2 scores, you just play off and play soft and just let them get free yards.
3rd and 1, and our offensive line lets Dylan get hit in the backfield. He fights for yards and he like kind of gets to the line of scrimmage, but it's hard to tell.
So I just saw the second 8 play where he hit the screen pass. That looked like he picked up a first down on that screen pass, but whatever.
Dude, like AJ Dillon is probably the only player I've seen today that's really putting out a lot of effort. Him
AJ
and
Dillon
Connor.
is our leading rusher right now. He has 3 carries for 17 yards. We
Okay, the penalty is against us. They call Lazard for a cut block. So I think this is going to be put us in 4th down again. I think we've had one sustained drive the entire game, and that's when Rodgers threw the pick in the red zone. Like other than that, we've gotten like maybe a first down and then constantly out. We're looking at 3rd and 16 right now after this penalty. Dude, all right, Rodgers literally has all day. He's standing back there like a statue and just doesn't find anyone to throw to. Eventually, he goes to his check down, Dylan, who drops the ball, but it would have been like a 2-yard gain anyway. And there's a flag against us on the play, but New Orleans declines it.
Oh, what a shitty start to the season.
Dude, and the thing is, last year we faced the Saints without Devontae Adams, and they had Michael Thomas at the time and Drew Brees.
I don't think Mo Tom played in that game either.
Yeah, like we won that game. We had a great game. So to me, this is just entirely about an unprepared, flat team who's not ready to play big boy games.
This is you got as I said, you almost gotta wonder if this is a product of no preseason practice, man. No reps in preseason, at least meaningful ones. Devontae's been shut down pretty good in this game by a hurt Marshawn Lattimore. He has not been a game breaker. MVS hasn't done shit.
Lazard is pretty
Cobb
much
hasn't caught a pass.
yeah. Cobb, he may as well not be on the team. Which I'm surprised, honestly. I figured playing this sandlot kind of ball where Rodgers is just sitting back there waiting for someone, you would think that suits Cobb perfectly, going and finding a soft spot in the zone. Dude, honestly, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. I think he's not being decisive. He's not finding guys open.
Well, hey,
in open windows. You know, guys don't stay open forever. There's a window of time when they're open.
Not for nothing, but the bright spot on this last like 20 minutes of watching has been that punt. Corey Bajorka has just absolutely fucking destroyed the shit out of that football in that punt. He was in his end zone and he punted all the way to the opponent's 20.
Well, hopefully we don't have to see too much of it this year.
There was games last year where J.K. Scott didn't even punt once all game.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Rodgers not have a single touchdown and multiple picks in a game? He's already almost 50% to the amount of interceptions he had last year. He only had 5 last year. He's got 2 in this game.
Yeah, dude. And both of them were 100% on him. Bad decisions, bad throws, inaccurate.
It's 100% on him for sure. That deep throw, which was ridiculous, didn't need to happen, and then that off balance throw, trying to play fucking hero ball, like another bullshit ass throw from him. Oh man, not what I wanted week 1 to be for us. This was supposed to be happier times.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. After seeing the Saints injury report, I'm like, we could put up 40 points on them today. They're not even playing a real home game, dude. They had a fucking
know.
hurricane, forced them to relocate to Jacksonville, Florida.
That made me even more hopeful about this game. Like I didn't expect a blowout, but I expected a fairly, I don't know if easy is the word I want to use, but I didn't feel like I needed to stress too much about this game. Clearly I was wrong. Clearly, damn. Wow. 31-3. This might be Matt LaFleur's worst loss of his career so far.
It's pretty fucking bad. I mean, honestly, like you look at stuff like the infamous the Tampa game in the regular season or the Niners game in the regular season, and it was always like this set of circumstances where like an early turnover followed by a bad play, like stuff steamrolled and just created a catch-up situation for the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
This game, on the other hand, like Rodgers' turnovers didn't come until later. We just kind of gotten our ass kicked on both sides of the ball.
Big time.
Finish.
Big time. I'd say I would even extend to special teams too. Special teams. I mean, it hasn't been a huge detriment, but hasn't been beneficial in any way.
What an embarrassment, man. The Saints haven't even had to change their game plan at all. They've done the same thing the entire game.
Jameis Winston might finish this game with under 100 yards passing.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. He's got 93 yards right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just gonna run the ball the rest of this game. When's the last time a quarterback throws 4 touchdowns, less than 100 yards, and just completely dismantles the fucking team you're playing against? The Green Bay looks like
This is like going back to the Niners NFC Championship game
yeah.
where Garoppolo attempted like 12 fucking passes
Mm-hmm.
and the rest was just running down our
Dude,
throats.
the formula for beating the Packers is still the same as it's always been. You run the ball because we can't stop it.
Run the ball
Who's that out there? Is
and
that Campbell? Campbell making a. I was on that first down play. Campbell made an aggressive tackle. I'd be interested to go back and watch the tape and see how. Watch Campbell snap, see if he's.
yeah, fuck that, dude. I have no interest in going back to watch the tape on this turd. God.
You might see. We might be seeing Jordan Love by the end of this game, man. I mean, this is. I would guess that we see one more series from Rodgers, and that might be it. 26 rushing yards to 161. We got our asses kicked. It's not too often me and you do a podcast, and
Dude, the Saints are still passing. They just threw a deep touchdown.
are you
Are you
serious?
kidding me? They're running up the score on us now. 5 touchdowns for Jameis Winston That will take him over 100 yards, but
5. Holy shit, he might be NFL Player of the Week when this is all over with.
you know what? And I bet you no one had him on their fantasy team.
Nope, I believe he's sitting in the free agent pool.
Oh, yeah, beats Kevin King for this. Big surprise.
Oh, nice. Who'd he throw it to?
Deontay Harris.
Is it on 2nd down? Because I'm about to watch 2nd and 10.
I wasn't even paying attention. Fucking 38 to 3.
Action. Yeah, this is it. Dude, Kevin King looks ridiculous out there. He's like looking at the ball, looking back at the receiver. He knows he can't get to him. He's just watching his whole life just saying, oh fuck, I'm done. Like he just knows it happened
What is he
again.
still doing out there, honestly? Like, we're not gonna win this, so like let's get Eric Stokes some reps.
Oh, let's see.
Dude, this like legit might be the worst beatdown I've ever witnessed for the Packers.
Funny you say that. I literally just looked into the worst loss, Green Bay, worst losses in Packer history. It's up there. Back in 2005, we lost to the Ravens 48-3 on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, but the 2005 team
Sucked.
was trash. Like,
Wait a minute, wasn't the 2005 team the one we got Rodgers in though?
No, we drafted him that year. Or wait, yeah. So that was his first year with the team, I think. But he was a backup the whole time.
Okay, so that would have been because the year we had Rodgers, we had the 5th overall pick next year when he took AJ Hawk, I believe. So we had a terrible season. We were like 4-12, I think.
Yeah, but so yeah, that team was a garbage team, and we also had to gut ourselves in free agency. I'm pretty sure we let go of Mike Wall and Marco Rivera that year. We had no running game. It was just an all around bad team. This is a team coming off 2 straight NFC championships with Super Bowl aspirations. I would say that makes this loss worse.
Yeah, it could. Yeah. Jeez. You know what? Out of this, I bet Stars getting pulled. So
Dude, oh my god, I don't even. The Saints have had the same game plan all game long. They've been doing the same exact things, and we've not adjusted. They've just beaten our asses.
dude, that
The coaches have no idea what they're doing. Rodgers sliding over to Devontae Adams on the bench here, and Love is warming up.
I'm still kind of stuck on that stupid roughing the passer. That's the worst roughing the passer call I've seen since that fucking Clay Matthews call, like his last year with us, where we basically, I don't remember the team we were playing. Maybe it was the 49ers, where it was like 4th and dead to rights, and the game was over, and he got that roughing the passer call and extended the drive. Do you remember that at all? Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
do. All right, so they're putting Love in, but they're doing the same fucking bullshit they did all preseason long. They're not letting him play with the starters. They're pulling everyone. He doesn't have any legit receivers out there, and they're probably just gonna have him run the ball. Yep, just run the ball to Dylan. Fucking evaluate him. Give him a chance to show what he can do. What is this coaching staff thinking? Yeah, dude, they pulled everyone. He's out there. He's throwing to like, he's got Malik Taylor, Amari Rogers, Kylan Hill. They went full backup.
Yeah, I see him now. Well, Thank God we play on Monday Night Football because we need all the fucking time we can get to have extra practice. LaFleur better run these dudes hard this week at practice.
We waited a long time to watch this.
Yeah, I'm kind of pretty lethargic right now. I'm just kind of like still in shock. Like not used to seeing this. 38-3. This is the worst loss of LaFleur's career at this point for sure. The way this is shaping up. He did not have these boys ready to play.
There we go. Love converts a third down to Amari Rogers.
I wonder if the Saints have their stars still in too, if they pulled them. I'm not as familiar with who they start on defense, so I'm not quite sure. But I
Yeah,
would assume,
uh,
I bet the Saints are done too. I bet you start seeing Taysom Hill come out. I bet Kamara's done. Kamara's day is done.
I still can't believe the Saints took that fucking deep shot to get Winston up to 5 touchdowns. Like that is legit running up the score.
I think Peyton's proven a point that like be like, hey, no Drew Brees, no problem. We're still this has gotta be one of the it's gotta be one of the biggest wins for a franchise right after like a Hall of Fame talent leaves. Like Hall of Fame quarterback leaves. Like Rodgers' first game against the Vikings, I believe, after 5 left, we won, but it wasn't no fucking 38-3 win. I'm not sure what Steve Young did after. Like, it's impressive what Jameis Winston. Not that he's solely responsible for winning this game, but oh my god, do we look fucking bad so far? That sucks that we gotta wait 5 more weeks for David Bakhtiari to come back.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum. As I said,
Dude,
we both think he's not back until the Chiefs game, which is like week 9, I think.
oh my god, this pisses me off so much. The Saints are still pressing our receivers.
Well, we got Tanyan out there. I saw him. We got Lazard. We have some starters out there still with him.
I think the starting offensive line is still out there, and I saw Tanyan.
I think it's just basically Adams, which isn't out there.
Yeah. Well, we had a 3rd and 6, and Love threw a high ball, which honestly, on the previous 3rd down that was converted, that was also a high ball. He seems a little nervous.
Dude, that stadium is so empty right now.
Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
7 more minutes of this fucking torture.
It is at this point. It is torture. It's exactly what this is. Oh, Marshawn Lattimore is still out there. They're still fucking playing their defensive starters. Oh my god, this is
Dude, I mean, at this point, I think we both of us had just assumed that the Lions game was going to be a gimme because of the talent discrepancy. I don't think we can say that anymore.
no.
After witnessing the way that the two teams have performed this week, we're probably in for a dogfight next week.
Yeah, to say the least. Man, I can't remember the last time I've just seen. I'll be honest. Actually, I do know it was the fucking Broncos game. The Broncos game on Monday Night Football, which literally ruined Rodgers for like multiple years. What was the last time I seen us get beat this bad? Hmm. Well, Cody, where do you think we went wrong? At what point do you think we went wrong and things just went from bad to worse? I'm trying to think. I mean, I know obviously basic the punts on our first two possessions weren't ideal, but at any point do you feel like we should have like went for it when we didn't, or like a missed opportunity, or honestly the one that comes to me is probably Rogers' interceptions. Like if those aren't interceptions and you turn them into like scoring drives, we could be talking about a whole different ball game, I feel. But
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we were ever gonna climb back into it, those were our chances. You know, we got the ball to start the second half, down 2 touchdowns, and we had a chance to cut it to a one-score game.
mhm.
Instead, we're looking at 38-3. And I do think I blame the coaching staff for not having the team prepared. But if we're talking about like a decision or a play call that I think should have went differently, I don't know if I can pick one of those out. It's honestly just I don't think Aaron Rodgers has played well today. Well, that's an understatement. I think Aaron Rodgers has had one of the worst games of his career today.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Mhm.
Justin, he can't find open receivers. He he's been overthrowing all his deep shots, the two dangerous interception throws. I mean, I guess the only thing I could possibly say was maybe some more commitment to running the ball up the gut, where AJ Dillon was having some success early on. Maybe that could have made this a more balanced offensive approach. But even so, this defense gave up 38 points, and I don't know how we change that with the complete lack of pass rush we showed today. Um, if you can't pressure the quarterback, like you can't expect your team to win when they give up 38 points. That's just unrealistic.
All right. So I just did a little bit of research here. This is easily Rodgers' worst loss since the 2015 Broncos game. Stats are kind of comparable too. In that game against the Broncos on prime time, Rodgers only had 77 yards passing, no touchdowns, no picks though. He was sacked 3 times and he had a quarterback rating of 69. Um, this game, Rodgers is going to finish with 133 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 36. I would say that's probably going to be, this might go down as the worst quarterback rating game of Rodgers' career. Um,
This, you know what? I'm kind of I'm kind of tempted to just switch over to this Browns Chiefs game, which is 29-27 right now.
yeah, you know what? If you want to, we usually get like, we don't get too many viewers anyway. Should we just cut this one short?
Maybe
Sure.
take it till the commercial and then just call it.
Sure. I mean, I'm on 3-2. I just saw a flag, probably on us. I don't even know, but the way this game's going is probably on us. You would know. You a little bit further ahead than me.
It was on them, but they just had 3rd and 12 and they ran it. So they'll be punting. Yeah, man. I don't. Should we give some final thoughts before we leave this dumpster fire of a game?
Oh man. Well, it's clear that Green Bay's got some work to do this week. Rodgers has some work to do. He uh he did not look like an MVP caliber player in the least. He might be the worst. He might after this week he might be the worst rated quarterback after week 1. Like PFF rating quarterback out of all 32 stars. He'd probably be number 32 after this week, I would guess. So he made bad decisions, but did not I don't know, he made irrational decisions too. Like it shouldn't have been done. I don't know. It was just uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah,
No,
man, I don't know. It seemed
we
seemed
couldn't get
like
the running game
he was
going.
still playing like he was in practice or something.
Yeah. I think it's clear that we need to get the running game going too next week.
Yeah.
Um, big time. They do say the running game opens up the pass game. And especially if Rodgers is going to struggle like this, he needs to be able to lean on a rushing game. This was not it at all. So rushing performance needs to improve. Rodgers needs to take care of the football. And man, I don't know where to start with the fucking defense, but they gotta play better. Like at all three levels. They just gotta play better.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to take some silver linings out of this game. Um, Offensive line with 4 guys playing in new positions, 2 of them being rookies. I thought the offensive line did pretty well. Like they weren't dominant, but they weren't a liability in any way. So I was pretty impressed with that, especially against a pretty tough defensive front. AJ Dillon, he didn't get a lot of opportunities, but I thought when he did run, he ran hard and
Mm-hmm.
picked up some extra yards. I'd like to see more of that. And on defense, I mean, Devondre Campbell seemed active in on a lot of run tackles.
Yeah.
Darnell Savage did have that interception, which was wrongfully called back because of the roughing the passer penalty, which was not roughing the passer. So nice ball awareness there to make a play, and of course Jair Alexander. I think I called his name one time today, and it was because he had good coverage. For the most part, he erased his side of the field as he usually
Mm-hmm.
does. So a few silver linings there. On the downside, though, just coaching staff showing zero ability to adjust their game plan. Defensive line completely blown off the ball, zero pass rush. Kevin King still Kevin King. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers is making bad decisions. Jordan Love might have just had maybe the nicest offensive play for us all day, down to Randall Cobb for 25 or 30 yards.
They look great now. The Packers are gonna finish this game with 0 sacks and only 3 quarterback hits all day. Pressures and hits on Winston. 3 all day. That's not gonna get it done. And yep,
Okay,
just saw that Randall Cobb one.
they're showing a stat on the screen right now. This is officially the largest loss of Rodgers' career. Previously, it was 31 points. It is now a 35-point loss.
I knew it was gonna be up there. And to be honest with you, when all said and done, Jordan Love might end up with more fucking passing yards than Rodgers does in this. So
Yeah, which I mean, this is kind of garbage time. So I'm not gonna put a bunch of stock into it, but at the same time, like Rodgers just straight up made bad decisions.
mhm.
Jordan Love avoids those and like goes through progressions. I think that speaks a lot to like Aaron Rodgers being underprepared.
Yeah, he looked like an old man today who did not make good decisions. Good thing this is week 1, and we have a whole season to figure this out. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna be in like a state of shock for a little while, like a day or two. Still don't think this is real. I don't think this is real right now.
Yeah, dude, I got.
It really seemed like the Packers forgot this was a regular season game and they just thought it was like still week 4 of the preseason.
Yeah, it's like they didn't care at all that they were getting their asses handed to them all preseason, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay that we get blown out every week. It's just the preseason." And
Yeah, and
but like
I didn't think anything of
quality
0-3, but
matters, man. Like edge matters.
yeah, I didn't think anything of the 0-3, but clearly that carried over. Um,
Well, dude, usually I don't necessarily mind like 0-3 so much as I do just like 0-3, but you got your ass handed to you every single time. And they make the excuse of like, oh, well, we sat 30 players.
mhm.
This was all back of the roster guys. Well, it's like, hey, dude, the back of the roster still makes up part of your team culture.
And they can still play meaningful snaps at some point.
Like, one thing I've noticed with Love on quite a few of these throws is he throws high.
Mhm. Did you see the catch to Lazard? Is that one you're referencing?
Yeah, that it didn't get rolled as a catch.
Yeah, he had to jump up pretty high for that.
Yeah, but
Well, you know,
that's at least the third time I've seen Love toss a high ball. So
if
there's got to be
if
something.
anything, the receivers are usually taller than the corners are, so at least the corners probably ain't jumping up that high to get it. But you are kind of throwing a hospital ball to your receivers. Rogers better be fucking disgusted with himself on playing right home. I know that. I hope this lights a fire under him. Like I
Yeah,
think Kylan Hill just had the longest run of the whole game with 9.
yeah, man. Honestly, I really expected Rodgers to he's always played his best when there's a chip on his shoulder, and I just looked at it like this entire offseason created the biggest chip he's ever had.
I
Of
I
like
kind of
him.
feel the opposite. I feel like there's no chip for him right now. He got his
Yeah,
MVP last year. He's just kind of like whatever.
yeah, and that's I wonder if he's just like too relaxed at this point, and he just knows like, hey,
Yeah.
this is my last year, so like,
I'm just gonna focus on having fun this year and not really worrying about like the seriousness of the team or whatever. I don't know. Well, if indications are anything, this is definitely Rogers' last year if you don't just turn into fucking Superman the rest of the way.
I certainly hope this is not a preview of things to come, and that it's just a hiccup along the way. I mean, I guess you never know when quarterbacks bodies do fail them. It usually happens fast and out of nowhere. But I don't think that's what happened today. I don't think the
I'm gonna throw out like a hypothetical to you, man. Say the season just goes fucking south real bad. Say Rogers becomes kind of like a shell of himself. He's just, he's like his performance today is what we grow used to over the next 6 or 7 games in a row. We're sitting there, we're like 2-6, 2-7, something like that. Do they make a fucking quarterback change mid-season? Do they dare? Do they fucking dare ever sit Rogers at the start of a game and play Love? Or is it just hell or high water? Love is sitting the whole season, no matter what. Even if we don't win a fucking game, Rogers will just be the start. Like I tend to think on the other side, like this is Rogers' season, hell or high water. The Packers might even welcome a really high draft pick next. And now I'm fucking going. I'm jumping off the deep end right now. It's one game. Let's not fucking beat ourselves up. But hypothetically, say we're in contention for a top 5 pick. I don't think Green Bay would be too fucking upset with that, to be honest with you. They get a really high draft pick for Jordan Love. Rodgers, they can then and they got clear indication of justification why it's okay to trade Rodgers finally. They're like, God damn, dude couldn't even win more than like 5 games this year. Like he's done. We're trading him. Makes the front office look a whole lot fucking better.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll say up front, I'm an advocate of, let's throw this game out and assume that Rodgers has an MVP caliber season because that's what I was assuming
I'm
coming in.
I still think he will, by the way, but
Um, even so, even if he plays lights out, even if he wins us the Super Bowl, I am still an advocate for this being Aaron Rodgers last year, and we trade him afterwards. Just the cap situation, his age, the clear turmoil between him and the organization. I want to be done of it all. I want to get picks and players for it and move on. Um, so having said that, uh, you know, if we got up to the trade deadline and Rodgers was still playing like this and we were like 2-6 or something, um, I would probably
trade
be
him
okay
mid-season.
pulling a pulling the trigger on a trade. Say
I don't
Denver's
know.
like in contention and they want a quarterback.
What's
Um,
Denver doing today?
like I would
Denver's
probably
winning.
be okay with that scenario. Obviously you're gonna get less for Rodgers if he's
Hmm.
playing like ass. I would much rather he balls out with us, takes us to the Super Bowl, and then brings us a boatload of picks next year.
I don't think we trade him mid-season whatsoever.
I mean that I don't think so either. But if we were in the scenario you described, where if he was literally playing this
Yeah,
bad and we were like 2-6 or something like that with no chance of the playoffs, at that point I think the organization says let's just move on and see give us this extra time to evaluate Love. Um, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that. I think Rogers bounces back next week. I think the whole team bounces back. Maybe this team's not as good as we thought. That's certainly possible. Um, but I do think we're going to be in playoff contention. But yeah, dude, we got to get through teams like Tampa and the Niners if we want to get to the Super Bowl.
yeah. I
So
mean,
they
let's
got to
not
be.
freak out too much. I mean, well, the Chiefs are up on the Browns now. But let's see. I mean, the Bills lost today. I mean, they're a Super Bowl contender and they lost today.
They lost a close game, but
Yeah,
real contender.
I'm looking at silver lining here, man. Let's see. The 49ers did win, but they did let a Lions team score like 20 straight fucking points on them. I mean, actually, that's about it. That's the only like really bad one. I mean, you can say the Titans lost big and they were a playoff team, but they lost the Cardinals, which are a really good team. So this is by all week one games, this is by far the worst, easily. But oh
Hey
man.
man, 17 game season. Let's just pretend this one didn't exist.
Hey, this is preseason number 4. All right. Hey,
We can
new,
still go 16-0, baby.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be done with this one, I think, man. They just kneel it down. The game's probably over on your end. It's
Oh, I stopped watching. I'm watching the Chiefs
oh
game.
yeah. I I,
They
I
just showed a
kept it
stat that
on.
Patrick Mahomes is 10-0 in September.
He's a pretty good quarterback, so well, I got nothing else to say for this podcast.
Well, hey, we always do this when we win. Game ball. Who are you giving it to?
Corey Bajocas. He had some pretty good bombs, dude. He did. He bombed like watching him stand in the end zone, bomb it to the other team's 20 gives me hope that we finally got a fucking punter who's worth a damn. Um, I never thought I'd ever give a fucking game ball to a punter. That pissed me off just now, big time. I just saw Kenny Clark run up, all smiles, all laughs, shaking James Winston's hand. You know, like, hey man, good game. Like, oh, just laugh and everything else. If I just lost 38-3, I don't care if it's my best friend on the other fucking team. I'm pissed off, big time.
Yeah, man. We
That's
we've
that's the
never
stupid.
had that Warren Sapp kind of mentality on the
That's
D.
the mentality that's gone from the game these days too. But
Which obviously, Warren Sapp took it a little far. You don't want to hurt players, but you want some nastiness, which our defense has been missing that for a long, 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 long time.
well, there was a Steelers safety on the Pat McAfee show not too long ago. It was talking about that basically was saying like all the players today are friends, even if they're on other teams, they're all friends and they all just want to get along. mean streaks, nasty streaks, and he was basically saying like I didn't care if I went to college with that other guy on the other team. Like he's now the enemy. Like I'm not trying to ruin your fucking life or ruin your family. I know you got a family, but when we step out onto that football field, you are my enemy. Like we are
Yeah.
not friends. Yeah, like I had a job to do, and my job is to shut you guys down. That's gone from today's game. Like they're all just like they all hang out and stuff. It's not cutthroat like it used to be. So um
Well, shit, man. If the season keeps going like this, we might just have to start watching old games.
yeah, on Sundays we'll just boot up an old game. We'll just watch all the 96 games. Well,
Well, until next time,
yeah,
man.
until next week, you guys thanks for tuning in. Those 5 people that might watch this wouldn't be one that I would go back and ever want to watch again. So not expecting too much from this, but until next time, peace.
Go Pack Go.